Liberty Center, Tigers hit the field. Orange and black, the power to wield. Claws out, fangs sharp, hearts full of pride. On this gridiron, we ain't trying to hide. Quarterback's got an arm like a cannon. Linebacker strike, you don't know what happened. Running back cuts, defenders in the rear. Fans in the stands roar loud and clear. Hit Liberty, run that score high. Orange and black make them wonder why. Hit Liberty, show them what we got. Tigers on the prowl, we can't. Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped. Yeah, we can't be stopped.
Greetings and welcome to week 14 of On the 50 with Coach Casey Moeller. 14 weeks. I don't even know where it went.
It goes fast, but you think back to it seems like the Tenora game was a long time ago.
Yeah, a lot of running around, a lot of recording, a lot of practices.
Yep.
It's coming to a close here. So week 14, go back and we'll talk about the Liberty Benton game, as I called it, the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah.
Liberty, you guys with a 42-10 victory over the Liberty Benton Eagles, and probably being called by many the game of the Division V playoffs. Didn't turn out that way. Interesting enough, Liberty Center gained 331 yards rushing.
Work at it, and we got some good field position early. We got some big plays, and I think once we got that first score, I think things started to snowball from there.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about Liberty Benton's previous games. They threw a lot downfield. Now, they didn't have two of their players, but you know what? You got to play, and that's what we talked a lot about that. And we kept waiting, Jesse Miller in the booth with us. We kept saying, okay, they're going to go downfield. They're going to go downfield. But they really changed the way that they played against you guys. And Liberty responded very well. Were you prepared for the long pass and the downfield stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we had prepared that we were going to have to defend that. And I think, really all year and certainly that game, we've done a good job of keeping the lid on things, so to speak. And I think, the further you get into the playoffs, the more you have to do that. You want to eliminate those big pass plays over the top. They took a shot early on the first play.
I was going to mention that.
That was about it. I think once that was unsuccessful, those are, as a coach, those are low percentage passes. So when you don't get one, it's like, do you really want to, maybe waste a down to try to do that again? And then you kind of put yourself behind the chains and stuff like that. And so the next two possessions, they started kind of going underneath and things like that. And then after, 3 possessions, it was kind of getting out of hand at that point. So, I thought our defensive guys did a really good job of shutting that down.
Yeah, 35-3 halftime score. I think when you looked at the body language of Liberty Benton, it certainly changed from those first couple series to that about midpoint of the second quarter. You could kind of tell from a viewer's standpoint that things just weren't adding up for the Liberty Benton Eagles. They traditionally throw the ball a lot. They had 84 yards passing, which and 102 yards rushing, which in the majority of the games that we've seen have been just the opposite. They were passing a lot more than they were rushing.
Yeah, a lot of their passing yards, they had the Elkert kids are really good athlete, and they could just stand up and throw him, a 2-yard pass, and he would turn it into a 20-yard gain. So when he was taken out of the game, you eliminate that element, and now you got to go to kind of your second and third options. And I think, we were able to neutralize those, and is kind of why those numbers were skewed more than what they typically were. And they had to, without the starting running back there, the next best option was their quarterback, and he was a great athlete.
He had a phenomenal game.
Yeah, he was a competitor, but overall I thought we did a good job. A lot of his yards even came on a fake punt. He kind of caught us, and for the most part I thought we did a good job on him, but he played hard and really didn't give up.
Yeah, and he's a junior, so I'm sure we'll see him again, a big Swiss Army knife for them. I was interesting the reaction, and I always talk about our coaching staff being able to make these adjustments on the fly in your staff, and you do a very good job. One of the adjustments we made was on the punts, where we left our first team defense in, and Thomas was back there fielding punts, and I think I haven't seen him do it for, I think, maybe freshman, sophomore year, and then returns a 60-yard punt from that position. So I love the adjustment and the excitement of that team when Thomas took off for 60 yards.
Yeah, that's something that, Brian Hefflinger has situationally worked on where, hey, we're keeping the defense out here, and we do that from time to time based on field position and down and distance for the other team that, we just want to keep the defense out there just in case. And that was a case where, they had faked a punt. We wanted to keep the defense out there, and we wanted to have, Ethan and Isaiah were both out there, but we wanted them up in positions to cover in case they passed. And it's easy enough to tell Thomas just to drop back. He hasn't really returned punts in the last couple of years, but that was one of his jobs as a sophomore. So he's,
I was going to say sophomore, freshman year.
So he's very capable of fielding those, and our guys did a very good job of finding people. And that's one of the best things when you score a special teams touchdown like that or on a return. You see guys looking to block. They're not just out there kind of watching. They're trying to find people to go out and hit, and that was the case there. And Thomas made a nice cutback, and that was a nice feather in the cap for our special teams.
Yeah, I think that's one of the many great qualities with Thomas is his vision and his ability to cut back. He also had, talk about cutbacks, he had one run where he did the old Chris Berman whoop at the goal line and just spun around, touched his hand down and scored. So, great vision, but his ability to cut back has really been one of his strong points. Once he gets through that burst of speed through the line, his ability to see the field and just find that open slot.
Yeah, that's definitely been his strength the last few years, his vision and his anticipation. And it's not just, cut back. You got to know when to cut back. If you do it too soon, the defense can adjust. If you do it too late, it's ineffective. So his timing on those has been pretty good so far.
Yeah, he led the team in rushing 106 yards and a 60-yard punt return. So a great game for Thomas. Talk a little bit about the breaking points. When we're in the booth, we always look for something that goes, okay, that was the point that broke the straw that broke the camel's back. I think Thomas's punt return had a lot to do with it. And then talk a little bit about the play where Baxter Barrett in his 79-yard play where he just literally, everybody was standing there watching, he just ran by everybody.
Well, it was kind of a case where, they had just kicked a field goal, and you felt like, all right, we need to respond here because if we don't, they can gain some momentum and start making this close again. And in the previous couple of series, we'd lined up in a formation and kind of saw a hole where, Ryan Miller up in the booth is going, hey, look, I don't think they can defend this play. And so we had just scored previous to that, and we kind of said, hey, when we come back out, here's what we're going to do. And it was just a simple go route by Baxter. They didn't have a safety on that side over the top. The guy that was up on him was in the box and had been playing pretty aggressively. So we thought, on first down, we'll take a shot there. Everybody ran the routes exactly, got to their landmarks where they needed to be, and Caden put it on the money, and that was a huge play for us. Got us down to, I think, the 2-yard line, and that was, again, they had just got a little bit of momentum, and then we kind of broke their back with that.
Yeah, and like I said, that was one of the things as commentators in the booth, we look at something and go, okay, that was one of the straws that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
That's certainly that play and that response. And I think you're absolutely right. I think when they scored that field goal, they said, okay, we can at least score. Now let's see what else we can get. And that response was just awesome. Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about overall. Liberty Center had 435 yards of offense. Liberty Benton, in 331 yards rushing. Liberty Benton only gave up 350 yards rushing for their entire regular season. Talk a little bit about our line play. I know our backs are very good at doing that. But I think one of the most dominating things we saw in the game is our line of scrimmage. I think we dominated that on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think we have a very good offensive line. They do, a nice job of getting where they need to be. We work tirelessly, Coach Miller, Coach Spangler, Coach Howe on, combo blocking, making sure we get hats on people, and then, can we climb to the next level? We did a really good job of that. And part of that, I think, Liberty Benton doesn't see kind of the style of play that we do. There's not a lot of wing T teams in their conference, so they don't see that a lot. They get a lot of spread teams, and teams try to run the ball out of the spread, but it's a little bit different style of blocking. We're a lot of, gap blocking, get down, straight ahead, kick out, where, a lot of the teams they play are zone blocking teams and things like that. But I think part of it is, our guys are coached up really well by our line coaches, and, the makeup, the physicality and the makeup of our linemen sometimes is a little bit different than what other teams have, where they see just a big kid and think, oh, you're going to be a good lineman. Our guys are athletic, and they can move, and they can get to level 2, and they a lot of times have bad intentions when they get there.
Yeah, I mean, I went back and watched the video. Now, you guys can't yet until our season ends. We'll put them back on YouTube. A lot of people go, well, I can't watch the game. Well, we'll leave it up until midnight. Mm-hmm. Then we take it offline for scouting reasons, and we've done that for years. Right. But I went back and looked at the video, and there were multiple runs where you've got Kellen Weimer 30 yards downfield. You've got Hunter Spangler. You got Deegan Schwager. Then you go to what I'll call the level 2 players. You got Sawyer Bockelman running down, just literally spinning his head, trying to figure out who to block next, and nobody wanted any part of that. We call it making good business decisions.
Yeah, and that's one of the, I guess you could almost say, an X factor for us is our linemen are looking to get downfield. We call those the touchdown blocks. And you don't even really have to block somebody if you're just down there and in the way. And our back's job is to cut off a view. And it's kind of like, if you stand a tree out in the middle of something and a guy's got to pick which side to go on, you just go to the opposite side, and that's kind of what it is. But, we ran a little reverse play with or counter play with Garrison, and Kellen was pulling, and their DB was just running away from him.
Yeah.
Wanted no part of him. And, that right there, the fact that Kellen can get 25 yards downfield and go find a DB is one of the reasons why he's being recruited in the Big Ten levels, because they like that size and athleticism, that he can actually get out and run and go get guys. And a lot of linemen can't do that.
Well, and at 200, was Kellen 265 maybe?
265, 270.
Yeah, you got a little 130-pound defensive back. It's not a favorable matchup on his part. So, but it's also pretty cool that Kellen can also get downfield. And that's one of the things I think you watch Liberty Center football. You talk a lot about size and you talk about whatever, but the speed that we have from these athletic kids that play linebacker. Garrison Cruz is fast.
Mm-hmm.
Kellen Weimer was running downfield in front of him, and Garrison was not letting up.
Right.
So that's a really cool thing. And we've got a lot of linemen that can do that, a lot of speed. I think execution is one, but athleticism certainly comes into play there.
Well, I think the athleticism plays into the execution. If you don't have some athleticism, it's hard to execute some of our schemes, and we've got guys that have worked really hard to become the best athletes they can be.
Yeah, and I think that's a tribute to the program. That's a tribute to the senior leaders. There's a lot of things. I'm going to talk about 4 guys that we kind of highlighted, and I could talk about every kid on the team, but let's talk a little bit about Deegan Schwager in his game. I think he's back. He's full 100% after he had a contusion, we call it. Lost his helmet in the pile. It gets a little rough, but he wanted to play, I'm sure. But he also then, later on in the game, filled in for Logan Cifuentes, which Dippy was out for whatever reason we didn't really know. But talk a little bit about Deegan Schwager and his ability to deliver.
Well, I think Deegan was hungry to get back on the field for sure. He's chomping at the bit. And we were a little bit cautious with him, again, coming off the injury, and Henry Fitzrider had kind of filled in. And then Logan went down kind of early, and we put him in there. And he hadn't had a ton of reps there, obviously, but executed at an extremely high level, played with a lot of energy and effort. And a lot of times that's what you need, is just energy and effort. You can be undersized, so to speak. If you give maximum effort and another guy's not, you're going to beat him. even if he's bigger than you. And I thought Deegan was playing hungry and just did a great job for us.
Yeah, it looked like he just went in there and wasn't quite sure what to do, and you've confirmed that with the reps, but he just destroyed everything. It didn't matter. I'm just going to get everything and everybody, and just solid performance by him. Obviously, Baxter Barrett, one of his better games. I love the people wanted to call it the tush push touchdown, but it was so funny. I read a thing from Gary Cruz, and they were asking him about, he basically picked Baxter up and got him out of the pile. And like, where'd you come up with that? Gary's like, I had a really bad block, and I felt bad, so I felt like I had to do something.
Yeah.
So he picks him up out of the pile and shoves him forward.
Well, I think that's a testament to, what makes our team so successful is, Garrison is looking to help a teammate, and we've got a lot of that. But Baxter on that play had a nice effort. Gary certainly helped him out on that, and that was good for Baxter. It kind of springboarded him into a couple of other big plays he had for us, and in the run game and in the pass game, and just blocking execution wise, he's from the end of week 10 until that game, we had like 3 weeks there, the bye week, the Oak Harbor week, Liberty Benton week. He's really elevated his game, not necessarily physically, but just playing better and more consistent all across the board. And that's going to be a big thing for us moving forward.
Yeah. I think statistically, I was trying to get back to the statistics, but when I talk about Jack Tatum Murdoch, I loved calling him Jack Tatum. Everybody's like, who's that? I go back in Pittsburgh and look. But Tatum Murdoch, I think he led the team in tackles and didn't start and played limited defensive snaps.
Yeah, I mean, those are special teams tackles. And Tatum is a superstar in the wings waiting. I think he is going to be really, really good for us in the future. Matter of fact, on a lot of teams he'd be starting this year.
That's what I would say.
But very athletic, hard-nosed kid, likes to hit, likes to tackle. But also has great ball skills. He's kind of in a position behind Thomas right now and has come a long way. We kind of moved him there mid-August because we needed a backup rover, and we had some depth at sniper where he had been, and thought, you know what, he's going to be the future. I think Thomas has done a really good job of kind of teaching him, kind of the ropes back there, but Tatum has just come so far this year. We're not gonna miss a beat next year back there, but he also understands his time right now is on special teams. He doesn't take that play off, and he sees it as his opportunity to get out there and contribute, and he's done a fantastic job on our special teams, along with a couple of other guys, but he really stood out Friday just with his hustle, his effort, and determination to go make plays.
Well, it was interesting. Usually you used to see Max running down there and just whacking people, and I think Tatum Murdoch just said, no, not this week. I got it.
Yeah.
And he just went down and made tackles that you're like, wow, where did he come from? And not just big hits, but very textbook tackles, square the shoulder, drive through. You go back and watch some of those when you can. They're just fundamentally sound tackles coming from, the outside.
Well, it even starts before the tackle. I think just him staying in his lanes, and Coach Hefflinger talks about, are you in phase or are you out of phase? Are we going through a blocker? Are we avoiding the blocker, getting back in our lane, and then we avoid? And he's really figured that out, when to maneuver around a potential blocker, when to go through a blocker, where's my fit? Because you got to have 10 guys, or probably not 10, but probably 9 guys running down there in certain fits. And if you get out of your fit, it opens up a gap, and that's typically where you get a big return. And when you watch it on film, it's like, okay, we got 2 guys stacked. They're both in the same fit. We got to get our better spacing. And as a unit, we did a really good job Friday, and Tatum's really bought into that and done his job at a high level.
Absolutely. Last but not least, I'm going to talk a little bit about Isaiah Badenhop and his growth and maturation in the season. I think he played probably the most solid play-for-play game that I've seen him this year. His coverage, he was pressed a lot. He press coveraged a lot. He guarded the number 27 kid. I can't think of his name right now. But he was the weapon that they had left in the cupboard. And Isaiah, I think, just did a fantastic job in coverage.
Isaiah has kind of quietly emerged as a very, very good player for us. Maybe gets overshadowed a little bit because, I think Ethan Gray has played a great season and he gets a little bit of the clippings on defense. But Isaiah has been so solid for us and just getting better week in and week out. He started kind of as a backup or a nickel back early in the season, and with Tyler Rohr's injury, we thrust him in there. And he got injured for a week. And since coming back has just kind of almost exploded with experience and understanding how to play the position. It's not just go out there and line up and run with that guy.
Right.
There's so many fundamental things that he does really well. Body positioning, he has great ball skills. He's got the physical tools, and is learning how to play the position at a really, really high level.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed is his footwork.
Oh.
Just a very solid. His feet are in the right position so he can make those kind of plays. So.
Absolutely.
All right, well, it's a great win for Liberty Center over the Liberty Benton Eagles, 42-10. Let's move on to this week, and we'll take on 11-1 or 12, might be 12-1 now, Genoa Rockets. And the last time we played them, we won't go to, but was the 45-43, 4th and 25, one of the greatest games I've seen in all the years of working with Tiger Sports Live, but one of the greatest plays I've ever seen in high school football. The 4th and 25 throw by Cam Crew that's our trivia question all the time. Who caught it? Everybody knows who threw it. It was Brendan Morris caught that. And
That's a play that I don't think I'll ever forget. That game is probably something I'll never forget. Probably right now, if I had to pick a game that is my most memorable, it's that one. We went into that game. They were number one in the state. We weren't supposed to win, and we battled, and it was just a slugfest the entire game. And then to make that play, I think showed the grit of those guys, and then the fact that they were never going to give up until the scoreboard said 0. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yep.
But I always say it wasn't luck because those guys were prepared for that type of situation. That's something, maybe not necessarily that play, but that situation we had practiced every Thursday, and they knew kind of what the situation was, and they were ready for it. It
was a backup quarterback.
Yeah, backup quarterback who, again, prepared the right way.
Yep.
All season long had really prepared as if, okay, what if I have to go in, I got to be ready. And certainly he stepped up, and that was kind of, a huge growing time for him, and just an unbelievable play by everybody. And I'm sure it's something a lot of those kids from Genoa remember too. They would have been kind of in 5th, 6th grade.
I was going to say it was 7 years ago, Casey. I looked that up, and I'm like, really? It was 7 years ago?
Yeah.
But it was. So, yeah. And that's a great point, because I think that sting in their program is going to still be there. So I think they probably are remembering that as they get ready to come to Fostoria. We'll be at Fostoria Memorial Stadium. Genoa coming off a battle, though, with Triway, 34-33 in overtime. And we were watching it in the booth. Interesting. A couple, extra points were blocked, and a 2-point conversion failed. But what I saw with Genoa is they're a tough team. When they need to run, they can run. When they need to throw, they can throw. Very athletic, very consistent. They've got the quarterback, Mollenhauer. Looks like he's a very capable quarterback. He's a junior. And then they've got Matarine, which is the running back, and also a junior.
Yeah, Genoa's a young team. They play a lot of underclassmen, but they're, like you said, they're very versatile. If they can double tight, tee it up, and run at you, they can spread you out and throw the ball.
Good.
You've got a lot of
there's
athletes,
nothing
and
you
they
can
do a really good job of getting them the ball in areas where they can be successful. They've got the tight end wide out who's 6'4", 210 pounds,
Big kid.
which is a matchup problem. They've got a big, strong fullback who can run through tackles and is physical. And then they've got a couple halfbacks that are not very big, but they are quick and fast and athletic, and they get the ball to them in space. And then they're physical. They're tough. They're very well coached. They've had a lot of success over the last 10 years, go back to when Mike Vickers was there, and he really established kind of a little mini dynasty while he was there. And they were even successful for a while after him. They kind of fell off a little bit, but now Bill Fisher, their coach, has got them, climbing back up the hill, and they're young, like I said, and they're going to be very tough. They're battle tested. They've been in tight games, and they've pulled them out and made plays when they had to. And that's when you get in the postseason, you got to make plays in tough situations, and they've certainly done that.
Yeah, and they responded to Triway late in the game, 2 minutes or so, where they actually grabbed the ball, just methodically moved down the field. And it was, we watched it. It was in plays of 4 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards, 6 yards. It wasn't big play. They did have one big throw down the field, but very methodical. Now, they averaged 38.3 points a game, but they've given up 40, or I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. They give up 29 points a game on average. I have 49 on my board. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. But they give up average 29 points. They average 38.3. Liberty Center, I'm sorry, they give up 20.2 a game. Liberty Center averages 49 points a game and gives up 5.3. So I think one of the things that they're going to have to figure out is how to stop the Liberty attack.
Yeah, and, the numbers are what they are. Sometimes that can be misleading if they get up big and teams score late and stuff like that, or you get one game where you give up a lot. But certainly I think their defense has gotten better and better throughout the season. Early on, they played Archbold, and Archbold was able to knock them off week 1, and they gave up some points there. And then they gave up some points to Triway, but I think kind of in between there, they've been really solid defensively. So it's going to be interesting to see. We got to be able to stop their offense. Their 38 points a game is nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of points, which tells you offensively they can get it done in a lot of different ways, and they're very efficient. So we're going to have our work cut out for us.
Yeah, and you're right. At this point of the game, when you're this deep in the playoffs, you have to be able to score. You have to be able to run the ball. I always go back to a Rex Slinger saying, if you can't run the ball in November, you're not going to go very far.
Right.
And Genoa is certainly that way. So, all right, well, Coach, I appreciate your time today. We'll be 7 o'clock kickoff at Fostoria against the 12-1 Genoa Comets. And I appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
We look forward to the game. Good evening, Tiger sports fans. Welcome to the KK Collision pregame show.
Tiger fans, welcome to the 2025 Region 18 Championship game between the Genoa Comets and your Liberty Center Tigers. Hi, everybody. Jeremy Babcock with Scott Barrett and Brian Babcock. And, guys, the Tigers are coming off a huge, dominant performance last week against Liberty Benton. Thoroughly impressive. We expected a little closer of a game, and it was just utter dominance last week.
If you watched from the stands, which I did, Jigs and Jeremy, there were a lot of standouts in that game last week, but I think the tone setter was Max Walker.
Yes.
Max was dominant in all three phases of the game. The early hit that he put on their top wide receiver last week and knocked him out of a game, a pick, just an important turnover for Liberty as they were starting to get the wheels turning. And Max, before the game, a lot of people have seen on social media, he was extremely excited about that game because, let's face it, Liberty Benton was very good, did a lot of talking in the preseason. So Max Walker, the seniors, really set the tone, brought a very physical level of play, Jigs, and that game was in the bag kind of early. Outside of their quarterback creating some issues here and there, Max Walker and the seniors took care of business.
Well, this Liberty Center team, with the physicality that they bring, I think they shock teams offensively, defensively, and special teams. You saw the kickoff, again, just swarming to the football. Defensively, hats to the football, people putting heads, shoulders, getting in there, 7, 8, 9 hats to the football defensively and offensively. Starts with that offensive line, and they are playing at a very high level right now.
And Jeremy, last week you're a fan.
Yeah.
And then now you call games. Spike's a fan tonight. We're thinking of you, Spike. He had a fall this week and couldn't do tonight's game, a little banged up. Jesse Miller calls games. He's a fan. So you get a chance to see it from a couple dimensions. You're not just calling games, but you have to admit last week Liberty Benton brought threats that we had seen. We brought speed. That was probably the best dual threat quarterback we've seen all year long. But as you sat there and watched in preparation maybe for this week, I thought we were completely dominant. And I think the defense, the hitting, the physicality, and the seniors really led the way last week.
I totally agree. In the podcast last week, I had two keys to the game for a LC win. One was I thought we had to control the quarterback, not knowing if that number 10, how healthy he was going to be. We did that very well. We hemmed him in well. And my second key to the game was got to be physical and got to knock him around a little bit. We did both of those things well, early and often, and it led to a very dominant performance.
You know, Jigs, Liberty Benton throughout the year, and I think the conference they play in is okay. The Blanchard Valley, they're moving next year. I don't know what the league's called, the old NLL. They're going to play with Napoleon and Maumee and I think Fremont Ross, and it's going to be Bowling Green. It's going to be a good league for them. But I just don't know that they had seen the kind of physicality. Their quarterback was their biggest threat. They had lost both the brothers, which I think were enormous threats. The kid, I think number 10 was a kid that's going to Toledo. Once those kids were not in that game plan. And I'm not even sure. I've had a lot of conversations when I watched that game that I don't know that had they played, because Max Walker eliminated. He was, I think number 10 was in the slot because I think he'd have been banged up hamstring. But again, you mentioned it, Jeremy mentioned it, the physicality Liberty brings. I'm just not sure a lot of teams that Liberty plays has seen. I think the physicality is the difference. I mean, we have quarterbacks, we got running backs, we play defense, we did good. I think it's the physicality right now that's just a difference maker for us.
Yeah, offensively, like I said, it starts in the offensive line, and when you just step back and watch the line, when you got Weimer, Spangler, Walker, and Bachman on the right tackle, these guys are just absolutely destroying their person across from them, and it is a gigantic push. When we watched Liberty Benton, there was penetration both sides of the football with their lines. They were dominating teams, and that's why I thought it would be a better matchup up front. But I think it just proved that this Liberty Center offensive line can take it to the next level and be very dominant. You got Max Walker, and you got Henry Fitzenreiter pulling around. These guys are playing fantastic at the guard position. This is elite offensive line play that we've seen Liberty Center the last couple weeks. And that's where it starts off offensively. Then defensively, it's just hats to the football. I mean, Gary Cruz and Max Walker and Thomas Muller coming down and hitting you from a safety spot. Lonzak, he was putting some hits on the quarterback. Then you got Weimer on the DN. Then you got Spangler. Then you got Dippy. I mean, where does it stop with the players that can really get a hat on you and create some damage?
I think tonight we're without number 62, Logan Cifuentes. I think he might be out tonight. We'll see if he hits the field early. That's a big loss for the middle part of that defense. He's probably the most unheralded player that we have on defense. We're going to talk about them all, but last week I thought he was dominant in the middle of the field. He controlled the running game. He got pocket push, pressure, making that quarterback move around. Anytime the quarterback gets off a spot and he's got to run around, the accuracy starts to dwindle. So I think Cifuentes was a big part of last week, even though you maybe didn't see him make tons of plays. And I thought Deegan Swaggart last week, coming off his concussion at Archbold, looked fresh.
Yep.
Big sack, big push, excellent at right guard. So some of those more unheralded players. I thought last week you also had really good play defense out of Mason Smith.
Yes.
Mason held the edge last week and did his job. He's an assignment football player. And then I think a player that's always unheralded is Caden Sonnenberg. He just shows up every snap. Athleticism, physicality. This defense was excellent. But go back to what you talked about on offense. There are many snaps on film. The left side of that offensive line, it just looked like they just disappeared people. I was watching the end zone view, Jigs, and Weimer, Lonzak, Barrett at wing, Walker, Spangler. There's just not a lot there's not a lot going on there. Those guys are dominating, and I think that's where this offensive line sets the tone for the entire game for us.
Well, and you cannot prepare if you're an opposing team. You can't prepare for what's about to hit you. You don't have the size of our offensive line to prepare you for this week.
And the physicality,
you don't have the physicality.
Not just the size. We face size
and the
all
technique,
the time.
And the technique. Watch Kellen Weimer. Watch Spangler. These guys aren't missing blocks. Like I'm talking at all. It's just Every single play, they are getting their block, getting on their guy, and then a lot of times they're on to the next level. It's an elite offensive line right now play that I'm watching, and then you talk about Lonzak. He's an extended tackle. I mean, he doesn't get the ball a whole lot, but man, oh man, he can block.
And he's an ex wide receiver.
At any other team,
tremendous
he's
player.
the number one. He is the number one threat on any other team, really, in our league, I think. So he is outstanding from that tight end position. Then Baxter's blocking really well from that wing. They got Gary in that wing some. Thomas on them lead up in the powers is blocking. So it's really the unselfishness that I see of not caring who's getting the ball, but I'm going to go do my job, and these guys are doing it really well.
Before we get to Genoa, Jeremy, it's rare to say. I like to watch our center play.
Yeah.
Watching Hunter Spangler
Yes.
dominate the middle of the field, get to the second level, being that size. What is he listed at? 6'4", 265. Man, oh man, he gets the job done in front of him, gets to the second level as good as anybody. Hunter Spangler is the quiet MVP of this offense. And we'll talk about Garrison, and I want to talk about his blocking in a minute. I mean, he made some blocks last week that were crazy, but when you're just watching as a fan, Hunter Spangler just flashes from the center position. Does that even sound right, Jigs? But he does. You find 75. He is destroying people.
That's absolutely right. And he gets another part of his game is he gets downfield so well.
Athletic.
You see the center, the tackles, the guards blocking 10, 15 yards down the field and pancaking DBs. They can get to him. Those DBs aren't too fast for him. These guys are next-level athletes. And, I mean, Hunter Spangler's going to Ohio State to throw the shot or disc or whatever.
I think he could play Mid-American Conference football.
But I'm pretty sure he could play some D1 football if he wanted to. Just an impressive year for Hunter Spangler.
I don't think we talk enough about how good of a blocker Garrison Cruz is.
Ooh, yeah.
He is murderous.
Yes.
He was the wing last year. Number 19 was a pretty good running back for Liberty Center.
He was okay.
A little bit, all-time running back. But I think if you go back and you watch 30 blocking for 19, I don't know that you get a better blocker from that wing, tight end wing position than Garrison Cruz. He just manhandles people. He's a Division I football player. I've told everybody that will listen, we've lost 2 state championship games because they've had one player.
That's
they've
right.
had one player that's better than everybody, and we had no answer for the one player. I think we have that player this year. And Garrison Cruz, talk about what you see. His blocking has been beyond phenomenal.
Well, they were putting him at the wing a little bit more last week, and
powered up a little bit.
I mean, it just whoever he gets on, you're going backwards, and you're probably going to go on your back, and he's gonna give you a little on top of that. Another guy that's just not missing blocks when you give him that opportunity. Now we like him in the fullback, we like the ball in his hands, but he's just as good in the blocking for Thomas and for Baxter on some of these runs. And just really across the board for Garrison, we love him running the ball. We love him blocking defensively. I mean, how many tips did he have last week? 2, maybe 3?
TJ Watt.
I mean, that's kind of what he looks like.
He does.
We talked earlier in the season, where are we going to get a pass rush from? We got Spangler, Cifuentes, Weimer, more your traditional, bigger linemen that are going to take on blocks. Who's going to be your explosive guy that you go get one off the edge? Well, we got Garrison Cruz.
And Jackson
And
Lonzak.
we got Lonzak. We kind of got 2 of those guys.
I want you to talk about how good the wide receiver room has gotten. We knew he had Ethan Gray, just athletic body control, tremendous hands, really good after the catch. Maybe not a burner, but just athletic in the open field. And Isaiah Badenhop has really started to make a move. But the thing I like about them in our running game, they're really good blockers.
They are.
And they have just done such a good job. Again, you don't get a chance to talk about wide receiver blocking until you really get into it after the game. And I've looking at some snaps this week going, man, those guys are on blocks, perimeter runs. They're the key to the perimeter runs.
Yeah.
We talk about the wings and fullbacks and we talk about tight ends, but I think our wide receivers, Jigs, touchdown blocks, occupying guys, doing their job, opening up lanes down the field. They are just paramount to our outside running game.
Absolutely. Well, I think it speaks to the selflessness of this football team. I mean, as a wideout at Liberty Center, you might only get a throw a game, maybe 2 or 3. But probably not. So your job is decoy, and you got to go block, and that is your job. And these guys have embraced it. And you're right; they're the key block in a lot of these runs. Whenever you're seeing Gary break for 60, number 2 is hanging around. He's trying to get that corner. He's trying to get that safety for that last block. And I agree. Both him and Badenhop have been great.
Well, Caden Kreinbrink also, Jeremy did a good job last week. I mean, just handled the offense.
Yeah.
A lot of maturity, a lot of savvy. He's got the big arm, makes all the different throws. Jiggs has outlined that all year long. We did it in the preseason. Did a great job handling our offense. You look at all of our weapons he has to throw to. We just outlined Isaiah Badenhop pretty good. Ethan Gray pretty good. Jackson Lonzak pretty good. Last week, 80-yard pass to Baxter Barrett as a wing.
Right.
And there's the fifth or fourth or whatever option, and Baxter goes for 79 yards, gets it to the 1-yard line. And Baxter from the wing, really good running effort last week, 34, 35 yards on just 3 carries. So you don't just get to lock on Thomas Moeller and Garrison Cruz. Baxter Barrett from the wing position, I thought was a key to last week's game.
He was. He showed out huge. And back to Caden Kreinbrink when he hit Baxter Barrett there, he's gotten so much better at putting the right amount of zip and touch on the ball. You saw early on in the season, the kid's got a big arm. And he likes to throw it, and he can really throw it. He's gotten so much better throughout the year of knowing when to put the zip on and when to put the touch on. And last week, that pass to Baxter, I mean, those are the ones you kind of get panic because he's wide open. Oh, there he is. And he didn't. Caden Kreinbrink didn't panic. He just touched it and stuck it like a bullseye on a dart right where he needed to be.
That was all about Garrison Cruz. I think Mark even alluded to it. Some guys have success because they're keying on other guys, and that's why you've seen all season long Thomas Moeller has had a great season. He's approaching 1,000 yards. He's got 14 touchdowns, and I'm not saying Garrison's the wheel on this offense, but Garrison has been the wheel to make the opportunities for players like Baxter Barrett and Thomas Moeller. And talk about Thomas's game last week.
Yeah.
Punt return. Now, that wasn't even the punt team. That was first-team defense to defend against the fake punt. And that senior goes one direction and reverses field, and it looked like a bunch of booby trap blocks. Like, wait, why is there 6 black uniforms, a wall on that reversal? Wasn't really touched for the touch, and that was a backbreaker right there for Liberty.
Well, Thomas Moeller, you've seen him just get better and better all season long, and he's really hitting his stride here late in the year. He had a nice spin move on a touchdown, later in that game,
and has the size to power up.
He has
to finish
absolutely.
runs.
So he's running the ball really well. I mean, we don't call Thomas a burner. To be able to make that spin move, kind of change the field on that punt return, he's just got a great feel for the game.
Yes.
To be able to get that into the end zone was big. But to go back to our weapons, I mean, we've named them all now. And you got Baxter at the wing, and you think about him, on these reverses, but you can run that guy right down the field and do what we did. You can do the same thing with Lonzak. You got your 2 outside threats, and Gray and Badenhop. And then you got Gary out of the backfield. We've seen him just be dangerous.
Who might be the most dangerous. And we haven't seen a lot of swing passes. We haven't seen a lot of tunnel swings to 18 Lonzak. Those 2 guys. Could you imagine if you could build an offense, a passing offense around Garrison Cruz and Jackson Lonzak?
You absolutely could. I mean, these guys are great hands. They have great hands. The stiff arms. They have the power and the speed to take it to the house at any time. So just getting touches for that guy. Lonzak had that. He had 1 touch last week on kind of that reverse, and I'm like, gosh, every time that guy touched the ball, I'm like, I like what I'm seeing.
Maybe we need to get him.
I just like what I see when he.
Touches.
Well, at any time he can go.
I don't know how many touches. Again, you get 55, 60 plays.
Right.
And you got the
It's
bread
tough.
and butter running game. It's
Yes,
tough to get him. But
that's right.
Good
it is.
grief, you've got 18 on 5 touches. I'm not sure what he does. Let's get on to Oak Harbor. A good game, good group tonight. They've won 11 straight games, guys. This is no joke. We listened to their coach, Bill Fisher, his 4th year. He's 30-15. They made it to the regional final. They were number 1 in the state in 18 when Liberty hits the miracle. 4th and 25.
Yeah.
The last play on earth. We know that whole play. That was an unbelievable play to ruin their. They were number 1 in the state.
Yeah, they were nasty.
And they were undefeated. And then they hit some hard times, and they have rebuilt themselves back to where they stand today. And this is a good football team. The only loss that they had was a war against Archbold, and our Archbold team was a pretty good football team,
right.
especially early. But right now they're sitting at number 3 seed in Region 18, number 5 in the final AP poll in Division 5. This is their 4th trip to the regional final, and I think you look at an 11-1 team, Jeremy. With 11 straight wins, there's a lot of momentum in this program. Very quiet. Liberty's getting a lot of press. Genoa is not. Yeah. They feel that. They're playing some good football.
They are. In reviewing film last week in the win over Triway, they rode that momentum, and they were feeling it. And I think this team, something we have to watch tonight, is Liberty Center's got to do a good job of game management maybe, if at all possible, momentum management. What we do not want tonight is for Genoa to get, say, a turnover, something good to happen, and they start feeling good. This team is playing well. They have some momentum, and they are dangerous with feeling a little too good. Liberty's got to do a good job of corralling that tonight.
I think we have to. We watch film, and we look at sizes, and we look at speed, and we look at all that, Jigs, and we see all these things, and we say, well, Liberty is really advantaged. All three phases, Liberty is really advantaged. I don't know that this is a trap game. I don't know that. I think Liberty and the way Casey runs the program and Max Walker and the seniors, I think they're focused and ready to go. But last week was a big game. It was a big game on a lot of levels. You have seen Liberty throughout its career under Rex Lindgren and just bite people. This is a game where Genoa can bite you.
Yeah.
They might not have distinct advantages, but boy, their mentality, their toughness, they've been a underdog at least 4 times this year,
right, and
have won those games. They've won those underdog games. They've erased the problem they had with Oak Harbor. They've beaten up on Eastwood. They beat Huron. They beat these good teams. Maumee. Their mentality, to me, impresses me. I think Genoa's mentality impresses me a lot.
And yeah, you're seeing, we talked about so many of their skilled guys are juniors, right? So
yes,
probably a lot of first-year starters that are just getting some confidence, finding some success, got the winning mentality going, and that is a real thing for a football team. When you start winning and start going downhill and start feeling good, and you can really start stacking some wins. So I think that is important. I think this is a football team that, if you're Genoa and you can come into this game, get a 3-and-out Liberty Center, go down and get a drive and score a touchdown and go up in this game, or get an early turnover and get some confidence, then you got something. They have a run game. They can double tight you, and they can run a little bit to try to control some of this clock, shorten some of this game. So this is a team with a lot of confidence right now. They're not going to be scared. They've played a lot of the teams that we've played and been close to Archbold. They can look at that Archbold game and say, we almost got them. Yep. And Archbold was really close against Liberty Center. And they can turn that film on and say, well, Archbold did this really well. Let's see.
Well, I think there's no question. I think Bill Fisher in his 4th year has his team believing, and they're going to be around for a while. There are a lot of good players as juniors. You talked about that. They're scoring 38 points a game. That really stuck out to me. I really like what they do on offense. I think they're rushing for $199, 200. I think they're throwing for $155. They've got weapons. Their quarterback, a 6'1", 190-pound junior, Miles Mollenhauer. That kid's athletic.
He is.
He's got great feet. He can get out of the pocket. He identifies his weapons. He can run. He looks like a senior that's been in the wars. I mean, he's a good-looking quarterback, Jigs.
Yeah, and he really can throw the football. You've seen
out of the pocket too.
Yeah,
he throws on the run really well.
He is slippery, and he makes a lot of things happen with his feet. I think at times when you watch film, you wonder if he couldn't run it more.
I know it.
Because he is an athletic-looking kid, can throw it on the run. He really runs that offense nice, and his top target tonight, Jackson McDone, look out for number 11. He really zeroes in on that guy. It's a guy that he's 6'4", go win 50-50 balls. If there's 2 guys on him, sometimes he doesn't care. He's going to go give his guy a chance, and he's won a lot of those 50-50 balls.
Let's talk about that. Both of you guys played defensive back, safeties, back end at Liberty Center, and Jeremy, this Jackson McDone cat, he's big, he's strong, he catches the ball well, he adjusts his body well, back shoulder guy, good feet, maybe a Division I football player. A lot of Division I schools looking at him. And you're a bigger guy. You're not small. You were taller. Talk about, both you guys have had those experiences where you got a 6'4" guy all over you. That's hard to defend. And we got good DBs. I mean, Isaiah Badenhop's been great, and we've, Caden Sonnenberg, and we've had, Ethan Gray has been great. You can go down the line, all the guys, JT Okru, they've all been good. But this guy's different. He's big. And talk about how difficult that can be, a matchup with a guy that size and that athletic.
And it's very difficult. And size is one thing that you just there's really no equalizer for it. Yeah, can you jump out of the gym? That helps. But you're in between steps and the ball's in the air and you can't get your timing right to get up on that 50-50 ball. Well, that 3, 4, 6 inch height advantage, that's where that comes in. And it is really difficult, as you said, to cover that. I've been on the bad end of some of those matchups against some 6'6" receivers in my career, and it didn't end so well.
And this guy's kind of physical too. He likes to run the ball. He likes to He's not one of these guys that runs out of bounds. He catches balls on the hash. He catches balls inside the numbers. He runs your 9-cut down the sidelines. There's not a route he can't run and a ball he can't catch, and he will lay a lick on you, after a run after catch,
That's
yards
right.
after catch. Talk about that. He's impressive.
Yeah, you got to get hats to the football on this guy and get bodies and wrap him up. If you look back to the Arch Bowl game, they had that receiver that kind of went over the top and did
beat us a
so
couple
they're
times.
Saying, that saying, hey, we might be able to have something here. So I would not be surprised to see number 11, a lot of targets tonight, 10+ targets. And I'm telling you, the quarterback will throw the ball to him and give him shots.
Well, he's getting double-digit targets. Jackson Magnone. It's going to be a tough call tonight. But when you watch number 11 play every film, he's their best offensive player. But you cannot forget about their running back, Ryan Rouston, 5'7", 152-pound running back. He's their Mr. Outside guy. Very impressive, quick, and agile. I think we're getting ready to do the national anthem here. And we'll get back to our KK Collision pregame.
All right, we are going to take a quick break here as the national anthem's coming up. I do want to make mention that Spike Whitman is not with us tonight, and some of you will wonder why. He actually is home rehabilitating. He had a fall and some broken ribs, and if you've ever had broken ribs, well, you know how that works. So, Spike, get on the mend, buddy. We'll take it from here. So we'll be right back with the national anthem after this. All right, we're back, ready to get underway here for the Region 18 finals from Fostoria High School. Guys, I tell you what, we've been very lucky. The weather is wet, but the weather's decent. And, guys, I'm looking at Scott and Jigs here. I'm just going to say one word, Parma.
Yeah, right.
Boy.
Right.
And we're talking about
that was freezing.
Yeah, not the best conditions here. Pretty good, Fostoria. Great facilities here. We appreciate them. We also appreciate KK Collision, the sponsor of our pregame show. And we're about ready to get underway, guys.
I think it's important, Jigs, we're before the national anthem, and Jeremy, to outline the rest of the offensive threats for Genoa. You know, they've got a really good inside-outside and special teamer Ryan Rouston, a 5'7", 155-pound senior. He's their speed guy and their big threat guy in special teams, and their big inside runner, a 5'9", 200-pound junior, Alex Materney, good blocker, inside runner, their best linebacker. They can run it inside. They can run it outside. They can throw it a little bit to those guys. So they have a good balanced offense scoring that many points a game, and they've got weapons inside and outside out of the backfield.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see. This is an offense that'll tee it up, and they'll go a straight tee, and then they can get right into spread within the same possession. They are able to do that. So, I don't know that they're going to be confident enough to try to run on us tonight. So I would expect a little bit more spread, get the ball out quick, get it to some of your slot receivers, quick screens, number 11. Just get the ball out quick. Don't put your quarterback in harm's way.
Well, I do think where they're most vulnerable, Jeremy, is defensively. I think they've got a nice set of defensive backs and safeties, but their guys up front a little young, sometimes struggle. They've given up in their 5 toughest games nearly 30 points a game, and that is one of the areas I think Liberty is advantaged, is our offense against their defense, our run game. So they're going to have to add bodies and junk up the defensive line, because straight up Liberty dominates. And I think when you think about Liberty Center and how they like to attack, giving up 30 points a game against your toughest competition, that's a tough stat for Genoa to overcome.
That's right. And in film, there were teams with inferior lines to Liberty Center moving the ball fairly consistently. And I don't want to say dominating that line, but certainly moving them. So it will be a tall task for them tonight to try to do the best that they can with this road grader line that is Liberty Center.
Oh my goodness, we're ready for kickoff here, and Jeremy on the call. I don't know if Liberty did Liberty lose they won the toss and they shocker, Casey deferred to get the possession in the second half. That is standard fare for Casey. So Jeremy, Jiggs,
here we
the
go.
Regional final here in Fostoria. Here we go.
All right, Tiger fans. Now I realize we don't have any video here for you as we start this game, so I'll try to do a little more, have a little more detail in my call as far as down and distance and yard line and so on and so forth. So here we go from Fostoria, Liberty Center, teeing the ball up. Max Walker has it at the 40.
We talked about Max Walker, Jiggs, and I don't know that I've ever seen a player that you could be an MVP on special teams, on offense, and defense. I mean, it's impressive how good he's been in special teams. We don't talk about it a lot, but Max Walker, phenomenal.
Outstanding. Magnone back.
And it's off. Walker kicks it down to the 10. Genoa bringing it out. They have him corralled right there at the 20-yard line. Genoa will take over.
Good job by Liberty's coverage teams all season long. Brian Hefflinger, discipline, stay in their lanes, Jiggs, and just gets into getting guys to the ground. Good tacklers.
Braxton Light, I believe that time, starting that thing off. JT Okru getting up from the pile. It's part of that swarming kickoff. Hats to the football. First guy misses, that's okay. We got 3-4 more coming.
All right, Genoa coming out. Trips to the left. Mollenauer in the gun. He looks left. Quick pass out there to the left. And we're going to gain about 5.
Just a little bit of rain here, Jiggs, and the ball will get slippery. And this turf, we saw that in a natural turf against Archbold, Liberty struggled a little bit with their footing early. And again, on this turf with that rain, you could see some footing early. And the wide receivers, tight ends, they know where they're going on their patterns. So sometimes you lose your footing in coverage.
Magnone that time, early and often, number 11, look out.
Genoa coming out double tights on 2nd and 5. Pitch off here to the right side. He gained a couple. Going to be 3rd and about 4 for Genoa.
That's where Genoa wants to be, 3rd and manageable. And a good gain, good throw by Mollenauer to their number 1 target, Magnone, to pick up 5. And they pick up 2, 3 here. Now they're in 3rd and short, Jigs.
Yeah, 3rd down. I'm really interested. 3rd and short. What are they going to do here? They're going to tee it up, or are they going to spread it out? Looks like they're going spread here. Short passing game, little screen game. Look out.
Genoa's got quads to the left. Mollenauer drops back, looks over here to Magnone. Slant, caught. First down yardage for Genoa.
You know they're going to target Magnone all night long, and he's big and physical, and he can run inside those numbers on those slants. He catches those balls on the 9 cuts out by the numbers. He's a weapon tonight. You're going to see double-digit targets here in the first half.
Well, he's a big body. He can box you out as a corner. Max Walker there that time. Nice little stick. You keep throwing inside. Number 50 is going to sniff that one out, though.
That was a good stick by Max. He's going to think twice about coming over to the middle next time, I believe. Genoa in the tee. Give off the left side, number 36. Big hit in the backfield by Kellen Weimer.
Yeah, you're not gonna beat him on a lot of snaps, and Kellen just won right off the snap, Jigs, and that's a negative play. And Kellen just playing like the Division I football player that he is.
He had a great game last week, offensively and defensively, just pancaking people down the field offensively, and he's really starting to show something defensively as well.
They're gonna have to double team him to get to run at him because he is a monster against the run.
2nd and 12. At the 31 for Genoa. Trips left. Quick swing, screen pass over to the left. And number 4, Roudson's going to gain a couple, and that's it.
They like Ryan Rouston on those routes outside the hash. Get him in some space. He's got speed. He's got quickness. But Liberty, again, tackling. And now Liberty has rain beginning to pick up here. And Genoa now in a 3rd and long, Jeremy. This is not really the script that Genoa wants to be in, but that big play by Weimer got him early in the sequence.
Big play by Weimer to put Genoa behind the sticks. 3rd and long, trips right. Mollenauer rolls right, looks, doesn't have anybody across the middle. It's picked off! Jackson Lonizak going back the other way. He could go all the way, and he does. Touchdown, Tiger!
Wow, he rolls to the right. Miles Mollenauer rolls to the right, and he cuts off half the field. And again, Jigs, you called it. He's going to throw some picks tonight because he was locked on, Jackson Magnone, and tried to force it. And then look at number 18. We talk about him on offense. He got to the sideline and got up the hash for a big touchdown. What a play by Jackson Lonzak.
Smokes, I'll tell you, the pick's one thing, but you want to talk about turning into an offensive runner. Holy smokes, what a run.
Boy, Jeremy, I tell you, he got that pick and exploded. No Genoa Comets anywhere near Jackson Lonzak. What a play.
Whoa.
And what a start by Liberty's defense.
That's right. The extra point is good. It's 7-0 here in Fostoria. Wow. What a start for Liberty Center.
Right, I tell you what, if they want to sit there and roll the ball out, roll him out to throw the ball, and that's Jackson Lonzak. That's not even your corners, man.
Right.
That's a guy underneath that route. I don't think Miles Mollenhauer even saw him there, Jigs.
Well, we have seen on film Mollenhauer at times. He will try to do some stuff, and he'll throw the ball in traffic. And I said he's going to zero in on 11, and he will put it up and give him a chance. A little bit too much traffic that time. What a catch by Lonzak. I mean, he elevated high to kind of rise that thing and then be able to take it back. What a play.
He read the Genoa turns from offense to defense to try to get Jackson Lonzak to the ground. He just whizzled his way through the blocking, and then we went right to blocking. There was no Genoa Comets anywhere near Jackson. What a great job by Liberty's defense, flipping from playing defense to blocking. And Jackson gets in the open field. He is gone. Wow, what a great start, Liberty Center defense.
Liberty teeing it up. Max Walker to kick it back to Genoa. With 8:47 here left in the first quarter. Walker kicks it deep. Number 4, Routson Fields. Takes up the middle. He's at the 25, and he's swarmed right there at the 20.
Yeah, good play by Baxter Barrett. Again, this coverage team, I talk about it all the time. They're such good open field tacklers, and the lane discipline of our coverage team, Jigs, been fantastic. That time Baxter Barrett. The time before, JT Old Crew, you just keep naming guys, getting on the piles. Badenhop, these guys can really tackle on the coverage.
Well, inside the 25, that's exactly where you want Genoa to start.
Genoa with their second possession of the game. Twins right and left. Mollenauer in the gun. Single setback. Drops straight back. Pressured Comes up, throws it over here to number 2 in the flats, and he's going to gain about 4.
Good patience by Miles Mollenhauer there. His first look, again, as we talk about Jackson Magnone, and then he was able to dump it for a couple positive yards. I'm interested. You're right. He does not like to run the football.
No.
He had some opportunities to run it.
And he's an athletic kid.
He is. He
really is. Great job that time, Isaiah Badenhop. Stay home. Quarterback comes out. Sometimes as a corner, you want to come up. You got eyes on the quarterback. He stayed home, able to make that nice tackle.
2nd and 6 or 7 for the Comets. Double tight T formation. Power off the left side, routes it, and that's not going nowhere.
I'm telling you what, number 50 read that play and got right through the A gap. Max Walker just closed that play down. Of course, then the right side of the defensive line, Kellen Weimer, there was nothing there, but that started with the captain, Max Walker. You see him read that and get to the point of attack? Negative play. -4, Jeremy. Linebacker making that play behind the line of scrimmage, Max Walker.
You just wonder how long Genoa is going to try to continue to run this football. I don't see it happening. I think spreading out, quick passing game is better for them, but man, they've tried to run on the ground so far.
That's exactly what they're going to do here on 3rd and 8. Mollenhauer in the gun. He's pressured. Spangler's getting held, no call, and he throws it away. Genoa is going to punt it to the Tigers.
You know, they're rolling him out, kind of that half roll to keep him out of the – because I think they've seen the push that Liberty's defensive line gets, and they've kind of – Miles half rolling to his right, cuts off half the field, and then Liberty's back end just covering it up right there.
Well, Spangler, great pressure that time. Looks like he might have got held. Then you got Max Walker coming to pressure that quarterback the rest of the way, make him throw it out of bounds. Ooh, great start, Liberty Center defensively.
I'll tell you what, Jeremy, it doesn't get any better than that. You're getting good coverage on the coverage teams, and basically gave up 0 yards in that second series for Genoa.
Fantastic start by the Tigers. Genoa back to punt, gets off a good spiraling kick. Badenhop feels it at the 40. Up the middle, he's got some room on the left side, across the 40 into Genoa territory, and that's where the Tigers will take over offensively.
Great field position. Liberty firing on all cylinders. Special teams, you know, you talk about the coverage teams being so good, Jigs, but big positive yards. And you've talked about Isaiah Badenhop all year. He's starting to really blossom as a returner.
That was a great job there. Catch the football in this rain, positive yards, great return.
All right, Liberty's first possession offensively. 7:34 left in the first quarter.
Rain is coming down, Jeremy. It's starting to pour.
It is. Kreinbrink fumbles the snap. He got back on it, gained about a yard. That's going to be crucial here, guys. We don't need turnovers and give Genoa back that momentum.
Well, you know, again, the rain has picked up. It was predicted to come tonight, more light, Jigs, but it's starting to really hammer. Got to keep that ball dry. That's a big, you know, Casey hates that first play in minuscule yards. So Liberty, though, here we go, 2nd and 9, and changes the playbook just a little bit.
Kreinbrink will be under center. Wing left, 2 backs in the backfield. He gives straight up the middle to Moeller. Moeller's going to gain about 3. It's going to be about 3rd and 6 for Liberty Center.
Alex Materney, their top tackler, 100-plus tackles, Jigs, junior, 5'9", 200 pounds, and, you know, does a good job filling there. Liberty gets a couple yards on that quick dive, but he's a good tackler. He fills, you know, watch him on film and does a good job filling that A-B gap and kind of your prototypical Mike linebacker.
All right, we'll see what Liberty Center elects to do here on 3rd down. Kreinbrink under center. A pitch off the right side to Garrison Cruz. Cruz is hit there and brought down about 3 yards short of a first down.
You know, we didn't get on the block on that wide toss. I think we missed one block, and he made the tackle. So here we go, Liberty on 4th down, going to go for it.
Liberty going quick here, no huddle, lining it up.
Genoa with a 3- and 4-man line against this Liberty run. That's why they ran that dive early, Jigs, trying to find a lane.
Kreinbrink fumbles it again. He's going to gain a couple, but not enough for the first down. The ball's slippery out there, guys.
Yeah, you know, I tell you what, 2 fumbles in 1 series, and Genoa feeling some energy from that. That's exactly what Liberty's stopping themselves, not Genoa, but Liberty. And again, the rain is really coming down. You fumble one, okay, fumble two, got to make a correction there.
Yeah, that has been a little bit of an issue
It has.
the last couple of weeks, and just
Ball
some of the
handling.
handling of the football. Crucial. Big stop there for Genoa. Stop a little bit of this momentum, see if they can get something going here offensively.
5:40 left here in the first quarter. Genoa goes. Twins left. Mollenauer in the gun. Drops straight back. And he's going to be hit and brought down there at the 29.
Tell you what, I think that's number 57. Deegan Swagger, coming off that concussion we talked about in the pregame, Jigs. Energy, power. He looks fresh. Big sack last week, big sack this week.
He's so quick.
He's
from
strong.
from that nose position there. The dipster's more of that power guy. You can't move. Deegan gives you a little bit different look with
More
that
of a pass
quickness.
rusher, yep. Big negative play for the Tiger defense.
Going to put Genoa back behind the sticks. 2nd and 15. Mollenauer under center. Gives straight ahead. And there is no room there. A whole host of Tigers bringing him down for no gain.
That started, I think, with Hunter Spangler at the bottom of the pile. Is immovable at nose guard, and then you've got your linebackers, just great reads. Eric Weimer has those guys on point, Jigs, that you've seen some plays early by the linebackers. An interception, pick six, Max Walker, 2 negative plays, and there you go, closing down inside run. No push from Genoa's offensive line
Well,
there.
Genoa, I think they're going to struggle around the football. This rain is not a good thing for them.
Yeah, that's right.
Trying to put it in the air here.
They're struggling running it. Yeah, not a great night to pass the ball with this weather.
Watch Jackson Mack
3rd and
here.
long. Mollenauer rolls to his right. He just throws it away. Genoa's going to punt the ball back to the Tigers.
And Logan Rouston, the senior there, was the primary guy. But then you got Garrison Cruz, man, just Liberty's defensive backs. Their pass defense on the back end has been lock solid early in those snaps, Jigs.
Mason Smith all over that one on that sidelines that time. He had to throw it away. Listen, he doesn't have – Mollenauer doesn't have a lot of open guys right now.
No.
These guys are covered up in the back end. Great job, Liberty Center.
And they've had to like half roll him to his right just to stay away from pressure.
Yeah, we're getting some serious pressure in the backfield. Genoa back to punt. High spiraling kick. It's going to hit at the 43 and stay there, and that's where Liberty Center will take over offensively.
Liberty Center needs to tighten up the center quarterback exchange, Jigs. That drive, we stopped ourselves on our first offensive drive, so I'll be anxious to see if there's an adjustment between him and Hunter. Again, we're going to say it all night. This rain is coming straight down, and you saw Cade struggle on a couple snaps. So see if we can get a first down play here with some positive yards and get this offense rolling.
Got to get that guy a towel. I used to have about 3 towels when it was raining. I had to keep my hands
chamois,
dry, man.
You had a ShamWow, didn't you? A chamois, keeping them dry.
Kreinbrink in the shotgun. It's going to be fake. No, give to Lonizak on a little sweep on the right side. He's got room across almost to the 50, a gain of about 8.
I expect to see number 18 get a few more touches. You saw just a hint on the pick 6 return, Jigs. We've talked about it for weeks and on the podcast, and let's have number 18 touch a little more, and that's a nice little run right there on that wing toss sweep for him.
Yeah, he's so explosive with the football in his hands.
Big and fast.
2nd and about 2 for Liberty.
Single high
Kreinbrink.
safety here, Jigs.
Yep.
Kreinbrink giving a power to Barrett off
Good
the right
cut.
side. Barrett's got room, and he's going to be brought down there across.
He fumbled it.
He did.
Genoa football. Talking to Brian Hefflinger on ball security with Baxter Barrett has been a question mark. That ball gets away from his body a little bit, and that was a fumble, and he's going to be talked to on the sidelines. You've got to take care of the football. That's been a conversation they've had all year long. Good run by Baxter.
It's great cut, great first cut.
Just cannot fumble the football.
Guys, it's safe to say so far, without these mistakes, Liberty Center's moving the ball.
Yes.
We just got to take care of it. All right, Genoa takes over at the 35 with 3:22 left in the first. Mollenauer over here to Magnone. He's got a little room, gain of about 8.
They're going to have to force the ball, Jigs, to Magnone. He's just their best player. He's their best possession down player. He's their best explosive player. And I thought he'd have double-digit kind of targets here in the first half, and they've got to have to force the ball to him.
Some of that quick passing, not far, not down the field, I think that's going to be the key. Let him use his legs and his physicality to get some yards.
2:50 left in the first. Mullenhour gives straight ahead, and that's not going anywhere.
Good early penetration by Swigert, that defensive line. Genoa's having some trouble with our down three, Jigs, and that's where the running game starts right there. If you can't get body on body and move Liberty Center around, they just cause all kinds of trouble, and Deegan Swigert's done that.
Yeah, the one thing about it, 2:20 left here in this first quarter, they are running some clock. A couple of these stop drives for us are running the clock down, maintaining the football. If they get a couple first downs.
Genoa and the T, power left, and he's not going to gain anything there either.
Again, you see Hunter Spangler in there. You see number 10, Mason Smith. Liberty just gumming up anything inside the tackles, right? I mean, Genoa's had success throwing the ball, into the boundary. They've thrown the ball into the hash a little bit, like you said, quick passing game. But that inside run, not there.
Happening.
Not there right
Looks
now
like we're
for
going
Genoa.
here. 4th and 2.
Yeah, 4th down for Genoa. They keep the offense on the field.
I'd watch something outside here. Watch an outside run. Not much going on inside.
Double tight T formation for Genoa, trying to draw the Tigers off sides. Did not work. And it's going to be a straight dive up the middle, and he's got enough for the first down.
Well, this is what Delta kind of did to us a little bit. You just maintain some possession, and keep Liberty Center off the scoreboard, and that's a big first down for Genoa. Now they're starting to trying to get inside the 50 of Liberty Center, and that's their best run play right there. +4 on a 4th and 2.
First down is so key for them. They get 1st and 5, or 5 yards in first down, then they can get back to that run game and do some of that.
Genoa double tights again. It's going to be a play action.
Ooh, Hunter.
He's rolling right, throws over here to Routson. Routson has a little bit of room.
Oh, my. What a hit, Swigert.
Big hit by Schwager, and he gains about 9.
There's a flag, though, in the backfield. Hope there's going to be some holding,
Hunter
maybe.
Spangler.
I think there's going to be holding. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't handle Hunter Spangler, and he's been held a couple times, and finally that flag caught up to that center guard combination. Big play, though, by Ryan Rouston. He catches that football and cuts inside, and Mason Smith had a difficult time keeping his feet, picked up an extra 4 or 5 yards, and then Max Walker greeted him here at Fostoria Memorial Stadium. Welcome to the regional final.
Well, that's kind of what Routson can do for you. In short spaces, he's twitchy. He can change the field on you, get some yards. But man, Swigert has looked good, hasn't he?
Well, Deegan, that was Deegan's hit.
Yeah.
Max also laying low when he gets a chance, but Deegan came down from the nose guard position. Swigert put a whack on that wide receiver.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. 1st and 20 for the Comets. Mullenhour. He's pressured. He's going to be brought down at the 39.
Deegan Swigert again with a massive trip up. Deegan is just winning inside with his quickness. We missed Logan Cifuentes, but man, Deegan had some great snaps last week, and man, he's having a ball game here in the first quarter.
Yeah, he is just so active from that nose tackle position. Quickness, energy, gets after it. Man, what a first quarter for Deegan Swigert.
All right, that's the end of one here from Fostoria Memorial Stadium. Liberty Center 7, the Genoa Comets 0. And we'll be right back after we hear from our sponsors.
This 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
All right, we're back here. Let's take a look at some score updates. Cole will bring them up here for me in a second. We got Girard losing to Cardinal Mooney 7-0. Wheelersburg up 7-0 on Nelsonville. North Union and Indian Lake. North Union 6, Indian Lake 0. And Columbus Grove over Lipsick 14-0. St. Henry 6, Marion Local 7, and Central Catholic 14 and Rocky River 7. So some area scores. We will play the winner, or the winner of this game will play the winner of North Union and Lake.
All right, Genoa, second 22, 7-0 Liberty Center. Mollenauer drops straight back. He's flushed, and he just dives for no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 22.
They call him Scary Gary, right? And there's a reason. Miles knows. The quarterback, Miles Mollenauer, saw maybe an opportunity. Then all of a sudden, number 30 showed up. Officer Kark, Officer Cruz.
Is that Baba Yaga?
Oh, my. Good decision, though. I mean, again, they're protecting Miles Mollenauer. I mean, that's just not a dude you want to see coming at you full speed. And Scary Gary, I think, put a little fright in him. 3rd and 22 here for Liberty Center's defense.
All right, Tiger fans, Mollenauer drops straight back. He's going to chuck it deep on the right side.
Ooh.
And that is incomplete. The Magnone did not even know the ball was coming to him.
Yeah, he's just getting hammered. Again, Liberty's the front three
Dominant.
just getting through the Genoa offensive line and
Weimer that time.
Right in his face,
Ooh.
and he's throwing it up for Mac. That could have been picked.
Yes.
You know, he just kind of threw that ball up again, Jakes. You nailed it. You nailed it in your pregame that they're going to force the ball, force throws to number 11, Jackson Magnone, and I get it, but boy, oh boy, Liberty's very aware of that kid. You're going to see some more picks if they're going to continue to force the ball his way. Liberty's defensive line just a beast right now.
All right, Genoa back to punt. The punt is away. Going to be a spiraling kick. Hits at the 40, bounces.
Ooh.
And Bainhop going to let that go, and it takes a favorable Genoa roll all the way down to the 18-yard line.
I'm here to tell you, we've had this conversation a few times in my 4 years of doing this. But, man, oh, man, he wants you picking that football up.
A
the best
late
of his ability.
sideline infraction.
Yep, we got it. Sideline warning, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's tough. You're Isaiah that time. Rain, things wobbling around.
Man, oh, man, that was a big bounce by Genoa. And, again, they've gotten some luck. Liberty's fumbling some snaps. Baxter Barrett's fumble. Liberty's got to get a drive here and put some yards on the board here.
11 minutes left here in the half. 7-0 Tigers. Trying to keep in mind that we're audio only, giving you as many details as I can.
And you will be able to watch the full game after 10 p.m. tonight.
Ooh, stacked eye here for Liberty Center. Kreinbrink gives straight ahead to Cruz. Cruz burrows his way forward and gains about 7.
I like that formation, Jigs. That's a power football. Baxter Barrett, good block, good run, left side of the offensive line. You know, you're probably going to see more vertical, straight-ahead powers here with this weather and some of the fumbling what we've been doing early. So that's a good-looking running play for Liberty.
7 on first down. You got to love it. We'll see if we come back to that. Looks like we spread it out a little bit here in this formation.
Kreinbrink in the shotgun. Play action. Swings it over here to Lonizak, and it's incomplete. The ball is slippery, guys.
Yeah, that's another just another kind of a play you can make, and we've had 2 fumbled snaps. We've had a regular fumble. Now Jackson, a ball right in his hands. And, again, I like scheming Jackson Lonzak the ball a little bit. But
yeah, you wonder if we just get back to keep the ball on the ground. Let's run this football right now.
Yeah, 3rd and 3 for Liberty Center at the 29. Kreinbrink under center. Cruz goes in motion. Gives straight ahead to Moeller, and he's got a first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, give Genoa some credit, though. Their disciplined defensive line not taking the bait and getting blown out. They're playing low, and that defensive line, that was kind of maligned. They've given up 30 points a game in the big games, Jigs, but so far so good. Genoa's got to be happy. They've not given up any big plays. They've turned Liberty over. And gives credit to Genoa there. I mean, their defensive line's doing a lot better job than I anticipated, at least early on here.
9:50 left in the half. Kreinbrink in the shotgun. Cruz in motion. Give off the left side to Cruz. Gary's got room. And he gains about 8 on the left side.
Going to keep Genoa honest, Jake. Some outside run, inside run. You know, Casey mixing the play calling up a little bit, kind of staying even. He scripts a lot of plays early to get a read on this defense. And where do they have the biggest opportunity? They haven't had many snaps with the fumbles and bad snaps. So big drive here for Liberty.
It'll be a second and about 3. Kreinbrink under center. Cruz goes in motion. A fake up the middle. Swing pass to Cruz on the right side. Garrison Cruz has room. Oh, brought down, or he could have got a lot more, almost to the 50-yard line.
I love Garrison Cruz on those little swing passes. Couple blockers, because, you know, oftentimes, Jigs, he breaks some tackles and has got great vision. I like that play call right there.
Yeah, nice little short pass, manageable pass.
Almost like a toss. It's like a sweep, like a toss sweep.
Give Gary the ball in some space, and great run that time.
1st and 10 at the 49 for Liberty. Kreinbrink under center. He gives straight ahead to Moeller. Moeller cuts. Good first down run. A gain of 6 across the 50 into Genoa territory.
That's Liberty Center football right there, Jigs. Just kind of what you talked about, the bread and butter, the trap series, the power series, not taking a lot of chances or getting too creative on offense. You know, they got a good run stopper in there, number 78, Aiden Johnson, a 6 foot, 305-pound nose guard. He's held his own in there in some of those 0-1s early on.
2nd and 5, Kreinbrink in the gun. Moeller goes in motion. Fake give to him. A pass across the middle to Lonezak. He's got him. Lonezak, carry you people on his back down to the 20. What a catch and run by Jackson Lonezak.
I mean, that's just, you saw him in the open field. Now you saw him with 3 dudes, dragging 3 dudes. The power, good catch with his hands. Man, it's a big play and an easy little play action pass. I like it.
This short passing game is a great adjustment by this coaching staff. Don't throw the ball down the field in this rain. Short, controlled passing game. Beautiful thing.
Nice job by Caden Kreinbrink. Nice looking accurate throw. Jackson Lonezak does the rest.
Tigers 1st and 10 at the 22. It's going to be reversed inside to Barrett. Barrett's got room. Cutback across the middle. Baxter Barrett. Oh, he almost got in. Going to be down at the 1, Baxter Barrett.
You know, that reverse gate's been there in the playoffs. Casey told Baxter early on that in the playoffs, hey, man, that little inside handoff to the wing is going to be there, but Baxter's got to finish that run, man. He gets it right to the 1 or 2, but good job, good run. Good job by the left side of the offensive line, and good play action by the Liberty Center Tiger quarterback and running backs.
That play has been a big boost for us last 3 weeks.
1st and goal, Tigers. We got Garrison Cruz in the Wildcat. Kreinbrink's out of the game. Gary takes it straight up the middle.
Easy
Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, I was watching number 74 there, Henry Fitzenreiter, a rising star. He gets in the backfield and kind of leads up on that a little bit. Pretty impressive block by Fitzenreiter. He's a good-looking player, man. That play was an easy touchdown, but he still wanted to lay somebody else who went and found some dude
there was some
hit.
beef. I mean, that offensive line in that formation, how much weight did we have there? I mean, Clapp comes in, Navarre comes in, Swigert comes in. Holy mackerel.
Some dudes up there. Good run. Good finish by Liberty Center. That needed that drive, Jeremy. That was a big touchdown to go up 14-0, and that was dominant right there up front.
Big time. Liberty finally takes care of the ball and puts it in. With 7:27 left here in the half, Liberty Center 14, Genoa nothing.
Hey, we do appreciate everybody out there listening. We got some score update. Wheelersburg now up 14-0 over Nelsonville. Cardinal Mooney 14, Girard 0. The North Union Wildcats 7. The Indian Lake Lakers 0. What's the Columbus Grove score? 14-0 over Lipsick. St. Henry 6. Marion Local 7. And the Fighting Irish of Central Catholic is one of our local teams. 14, Rocky River 14. That was supposed to be not a very tight game, guys.
Yeah. Mark, I love it when you give the lower score first. it's just so like exciting, like 6, 7. Like usually you give the team with the lead early, not you. You'll reverse that. Keep
That
it
is
exciting.
called attention deficit or ADHD.
6 to
I got
7.
80 of those HDs.
6 to 7. Wait, who's winning? What are we talking about?
Guys, I got no skin in the game on that St. Henry Marion Local, but I like that score.
Yeah, well, St. Henry's
That's something to watch.
St. Henry
that game.
rebuilding their program.
Josh Whirling, buddy of mine, the head coach there, great dude.
Rebuilding
We are
the program.
cheering for him tonight.
See if he can end the streak of all streaks. All right, Max Walker kicks a low liner, and that's going to be fielded right there by Routson. He has some room across the middle, still free and brought down there at the 27.
Spangler and Schweigert on the tackle there. Routson about got loose that time. He's slippery. You got to get some hats around that guy because if he makes a couple cuts, he could go.
Well, and I'll tell you, too, like, you know, he knows where he wants to go. The defender's trying to stay disciplined in the lane, and this turf's a little slippery. Saw a couple guys slipping. It's all it takes is a couple defenders to get on the ground and gives him an opportunity in the open field.
All right, Genoa takes over. 1st and 10, 7:19 left. Throw over here to Routson. He's got him again, and, man, he is slippery. A gain of about 8 or 9
Ooh.
at the 35.
He got stuck. He is not feeling very good. Well, that's the hats, the football. I mean, we had a couple missed tackles there, but there's 4 more guys just ready to make that tackle.
We're swarming him.
That is what you expect from the Liberty Center defense. They've been doing it all season long. Hopefully Routson's okay.
6:45 left in the half. 14-0 Liberty. Genoa comes out in double tights, T formation. Routson goes in motion,
Oh,
give
boy.
off the right side, nothing doing. Deegan Schwager in the backfield, heck of a play.
He is living in Genoa's backfield. I mean, his speed and
Like he's
power.
unblocked.
Well, you just can't. He's winning the snap, and then the power. He's a strong, powerful athlete and gives you a completely different look than what you get out of Cifuentes. But Cifuentes, tremendous player, but you're getting – I mean, he's creating havoc. Rex Lindgren used to love to put those smaller, powerful guys at nose guard. Man, oh, man, Joel Zimmerman comes to mind, boy. Joel Zimmerman back in '87. Like, he almost knew the snap count. He was so quick.
Genoa in the gun on 3rd and short. It's going to be a keep up the middle. Did he?
Oh, boy.
I don't know if he got it, but we do have a flag on the
Boy.
play.
Tell you
Maybe
what.
got a face mask
mask.
late, kind of what it looked like maybe.
Maybe it's a hold. I don't know. But that he threw that flag around 45 yards. That rotator cuff may need to get a look. Amanda, where's Amanda? Boy, he whipped that flag. And, woo, impressive flag throwing technique right there.
Well, we saw Garrison Cruz go in the Wildcat. That time Magnone in the Wildcat trying to give the ball to their best player. Or maybe a head-to-head.
Yeah, that could have been something. Because he threw that flag. I mean, like, there was intention on throwing that flag. Something went wrong in there. Big play by Genoa.
It is.
You
They're
know,
going to get the ball past 50 here.
they're hanging in here at 14-0. And Liberty's been, you know, they've created some of Genoa's offense with the fumbles and the penalty here. And Genoa's not done a lot on offense, but Liberty's given them a few gifts here.
Mullenauer in the gun, trips left. He drops straight back, looks over here on the sideline to Magnone, incomplete.
3 Tigers, Sonnenberg, Ethan Gray, Smitty, Mason Smith. I mean, 11 is accounted for on every route, Jigs. I mean, there's no free routes for him tonight.
Jesse talked about that exact route right there where he's on the opposite hash. He almost runs like a corner to number 11. They like that route a lot, but, man, that is a long throw.
The ball is in the air a long time.
It is, especially with this rain. That's just a tough ask.
Mollenhauer's got a good arm, but this is inclement weather. You know, that ball's a little slippery. That throw did not look very good.
Genoa tees it up. Fake give up the middle. Pressured. It's going to be picked up by Sonnenberg. Caden Sonnenberg with the pick at the 40. Liberty Center takes over.
Deegan Swaggart again, just all over Mollenhauer. And you know, he's whining. He wants some sort of a call, but it's like he gets out of the pocket and gets so locked on, like you said, Jigs.
He
He didn't see Sonnenberg. He didn't see him. He just threw it right to him. But I think it was the panic that Deacon Swigert put on him. What a tremendous first half by Deacon Swigert.
Have
My
a
goodness.
game,
Caden Sonnenberg, senior.
Is
What
the
a great
Man of
play
Steel
that time.
train running already, guys, or what?
What a play by Sonnenberg, but Swigert, impressive.
Liberty Center takes over. Kreinbrink in the gun, looking
Got
across
him.
the middle.
What a catch!
What a catch by Jackson Lunizak.
Oh,
He's
get
still
off!
free, dragging people down to the 20. He's still not down. Yes, he did. Full-size man run and catch. Jackson Lunizak.
Well, Jackson Lonzak has showed up tonight. Big plays, dragging Genoa Comets all over this field, and I don't know if Casey's kept him in the bag. But the cat is out of the bag. Jackson Lonzak has achieved open bag status. What a great snatch in this rain. And then he turns, and, man, he's just great in the open. Then he finishes with power.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Good throw by Kreinbrink that time. Just
Yes,
lay
sir.
it up there. Give
Yes,
it a
sir.
chance. Give it a chance.
Liberty Center feeling good on the 22. First down with 4:43 left in this half. Kreinbrink fake gives, rolls left, and he's got
throw.
Cruz over there in the flats.
get
Cruz will not be brought down. Touchdown, Gary Cruz.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck if you want to bring him down in the open field. I mean, you got to bring hats, brother. You can't bring one dude. One dude doesn't work. Two dudes don't work.
Well,
That's what that was.
That was just a little swing pass.
Yes.
There were two guys there to make that tackle. And he just warded them both off, made another stiff arm, and he was in the end zone. What a play, Garrison Cruz.
I told you in the pregame, we lost 2 state championship games because there was a player on the other team that was just better than everybody else. I think number 30 might be
you're
that
right.
guy for us.
Good hold, good snap, good kick. Walker is good. It's 21-0 Liberty Center with 4:32 left in the half.
Doing it with the short passing game.
Yes.
Something we haven't seen a lot. The play action out of the shotgun. The defense reacts. Little window. But you got Lonzak, big target. Garrison Cruz, big target. Little swing passes. Boy, Jamie, I like the controlled passing game here. That's opened some things up right now.
Oh man, the run pass balance here is fantastic from Liberty. These short passes are effective runs, but it loosens up that defense. Man, you gotta love to see this. Like you said, if it was in the bag, it ain't anymore. But I like what we're seeing here. From
We've been
Liberty
talking
Center.
about Jackson Lonzak.
Yeah.
What kind of package are we going to build for that cat? Well, I don't know if it's built for him or not. Those plays are open. He's making exceptional catches, by the way. Those are good throws, but he's sticking it. It's raining out there.
Ball's wet.
Ball's wet. He's making big catch, and then he turns, like awkward turns, gets to the open field, reads his blocks, and then drags people. Boy, Jackson Lonzak, wow, what a first half by Jackson Lonzak, and you got to hand it. You're getting tons of great play by Deacon Swigert. Those two have just really popped tonight.
For the mistakes so far that Liberty's made in this game, we are feeling pretty good about 21-0 with 4:32 to go in the half. I'd like to thank all of you who have tuned in this evening. Almost 10,000 viewers currently, which is awesome as Walker boots it deep. Number 2 bringing it across the middle, and he is smacked right there at about the 19 where Genoa will take over.
Just again, a lot of Tigers in there. You see Baxter Barrett's in there, and Smitty's in there, and
Swigert again.
Swigert, number 28. You know, there's a player that's had a good year. Isaac Orth on special teams, great tackler. He's also a little bit of a hitter on those open field coverage situations. Isaac Orth laid the wood a little bit. Great job on the coverage by the Tiger coverage team. And they're not just covering and tackling. They're sending messages with big hits. Big hits on the coverage teams, Jigs.
All right, Genoa will take over. Mollenauer in the gun. Looks straight
Oh, boy.
up the middle. He's pressured.
Boy.
Running around. Still
Got some
running
space
around.
here.
He's free. He could run it if he wants, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds there at the 25, a gain of about 10.
You know, that's all the secondary right there. They got every route covered. There's nothing open. I mean, you know, you got to give it to Mollenauer. He didn't make a mistake that time. He's already thrown 2 picks, just like you said, Jigs. He's been very impatient, but that time he could not throw it into coverage.
No, I like him running around. I just wish he would run it more. I mean, if I'm Genoa, I'm saying run the ball from the quarterback position because he is an athlete, but he does not look interested.
2nd and 2 for Genoa. Mullenauer in the gun, trips right, Twins left. It'll be a quick hook over here. It is caught. First down, Genoa.
Magnone again, good hands. Not a route he can't run. You know, and Miles has thrown to him all year. He's thrown for almost 2,000 yards and 20 scores, and the lion's share has gone to Magnone, Jigs, and you can see why. It was a good catch. The ball was down. He went down and cradled it. Good catch.
That's a little hook route, right? Manageable throw, not a far throw, and get it to your receiver and let him do something with it.
Mullenauer in the gun, drops straight back, pressured. He moves up in the pocket, still free. He's got some room to run.
There's some holding
There's
right there.
a flag on the field. There's a block in the back.
Good
and he's
tackle.
brought down at the 45.
Yeah, I think, a lot of flags there, and, a good there it was. Finally, the pocket breaks, and there's the big gainer. But, I think they were holding Deegan Swigert. I think was held. I think Sawyer Bachman got held in there. I think I need to see the film, but probably could have called a lot of different holdings there, Jeremy. But, again, that bailed him out of a big play. And, again, Jigs, you called it. Miles Mullenauer is athletic, and he's going to have to take some of this offense on because they're not going to run the football tonight now. The Liberty's dominated the line of scrimmage and really done a tremendous job in the back end covering with Thomas, and you get great coverage by JT Okru and Sonnenberg. Liberty's just all over their routes tonight.
But he has some chance when he's rolling out like that where he can get 5-7 yards some of these, and he just needs to tuck it and run.
1st and 20, Genoa. Mullenauer in the gun. Looks right, moves up again in the pocket, throws across the middle, and that is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, I think it was Logan Rouston, the senior. They like to throw to Logan here a little bit. They want to throw to Ryan, the Rouston brothers, but I think that ball should have been caught right there. That's a nice little play for them, and boy, oh boy, you get into that 2nd and 3rd and 20, Jigs. There's not a lot going on. Watch for screen draw here and punt at Liberty starting to really control this. We have not played all that well, at times in this first half, but here it is 21-0, and Liberty's dominating on defense, suffocating the Comets right now.
Defensive line, pin their ears back here.
Oh boy.
3:21 left in the half. Genoa in the T formation.
That
ball's on the ground.
That's us.
Does Liberty Center have it?
Yes, they do.
They do. Liberty Center takes over the football. Guess who? Deegan Schwager with the recovery. Boys, that's trouble for Genoa.
Ball hawk. Swigert is just playing a hell of a football game. Wherever the ball is at, number 57 is there all night long. This first half, he has been dominant. And again, there's the turnover. I mean, you've seen the rain has caused some ball handling issues. Genoa falls prey to it. Liberty Center now inside their 20. Ooh. Wow, in the red zone.
Kreinbrink in the gun.
Oh, boy.
We got a false start. Liberty. Got to move them back 5.
Well, here, Jeremy, you're looking at Liberty here. If they can be successful in this drive, 28-0 and incomplete control of the game and kind of sloppy. Not the crispest game. Sloppy, a little sloppy.
Couple of turnovers, 21-0. If they punch this one in, they are feeling pretty good about life with 3:16 left in the half.
We kind of thought this could happen. We thought that
that's right.
If Liberty played cleaner, this game could be out of hand now. But right now, Liberty's starting to roll a little bit and playing some elite defense.
Absolutely. 1st and 15 for the Tigers on the 22. Kreinbrink in the gun. Twins left. Moeller goes in motion. It's going to be a give off to him on the left side. He's got room over there to the left. Then he's bottled up. It's going to be brought down. Gain of a couple. I thought he had a little more room there, guys, but Genoa pursued well.
Now let's talk about 3 minutes to go here. Liberty looking to punch something in, and they get the ball at half, Jigs. And those are the put-away scenarios. You get a touchdown or a field goal here. You go up 24, 28-0. Not leaving much time on the clock, and they come out and get the ball in the second half, first drive, and Genoa just handcuffed right now. That fumble was big for them, and Liberty Center needs to convert, though, as the clock winds. They've got the timeouts they need to get this thing done here.
2:34 left. Kreinbrink under center. He throws off the right side over here. And that's caught. Lonizak, he's shedding blockers. He's into the end zone. Talk to me about it. Jackson Lonizak.
Jackson Lonizak. I think we said cat out of the bag.
Holy cats.
The bag has been thrown in the dumpster. There's no bag. It's all Jackson Lonizak. And that he catches a ball, he explodes to the cone, man.
Jeez.
I mean, that was like he was on another gear.
3 tackles,
Whoa.
broke 3, maybe 4 tackles.
And then gets to the pylon.
And I know you're out there listening. I promise at 10 p.m. you got to see this replay.
Whoa.
Man, oh, man, Jackson Lonzak. Just a WOW.
And the
Wow, what
kick
a
by
play.
Walker is good. 28-0 Tigers with 2:22 left in the half. Unbelievable, Jackson Lonzak. Have a game. Him and Deegan Schweiger, the game of their lives.
You know, offensively, we have 2 guys that can do that. We saw Gary Cruz swing pass, 3 guys there to make the tackle. Don't make the tackle, he scores. Lonzak, he's the same type of player. Give me the ball in space, break 1 tackle, and I'm going to explode past 2 or 3 others, break another touchdown. I mean, those are fantastic individual plays. We have 2
Hey,
big-time
Scott.
guys on the outside.
Scott, Wheelersburg 21, Nelsonville 0.
Good. Thank you for leading with the score of the
Columbus
team.
Grove 14, Lipsick 0. St. Henry and Marion Local still 7-6, Marion Local. Catholic, Central Catholic now 28, Rocky River 14, Cardinal Mooney 14, Girard 7. That's a big game. And then North Union 7 and Indian Lake 7 tied up.
Guys, in the pregame, we talked about 6'4", 208-pound Jackson Magnone. I think we were talking about the wrong Jackson.
I think so, too.
I think he's Jackson, and we've got Jackson.
Maybe he took it personal.
I don't know. I mean, I apologize, Jackson Lonzak. I apologize for not talking about you more, but we have been hitting on this. How do we get 18 the ball a little bit more? Those aren't hard things. Those routes aren't hard. You know, those are just catches, run after catch, yards after contact. He's dominant. He has dominated this football game, Jigs. Dominated it.
Ooh.
All right, Walker to kick. Kicks it deep. Genoa going to field it at the 2. Right up the middle. Going to be a block in the back as he's brought down at the 15. They're going to move back even farther as Genoa on that return.
Well, that's about the only way sometimes you can block Isaac Worth.
Yep.
He is such a good special teams player. And there you go, Genoa. Put yourself inside the 10-yard line, and Liberty now has 3 timeouts.
Yep.
They better get some yardage here because Liberty might blindside block. Oh boy, that's about the only time you can stop Isaac Worth is blindside because he's all over your ball carrier. Isaac's, like I said, we've talked about. He's such a good tackler, big dude too. Man, gets down on coverage, but Liberty Center now has a chance. Jigs got him inside the 7-yard line, inside the 6.
Trouble. This is real trouble if you're Genoa.
And, you know, it becomes a little demoralizing now if Liberty can make a stop.
We'll see what Coach Matt Bryant likes to do. If he brings any pressure here on Mullenauer, he's in the gun. Steps up, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to have some running room and gains quite a few. He's just short of a first down.
Oh,
now
boy, going to get
flag.
a flag late. Going to be a hit, I think, on Isaiah Badenhop. Oh, it's going to be a sideline warning maybe from the line judge. But the fans were whining. They wanted a little bit of a hit there as Mullenauer got free for a big gain. That's been their best play so far. The last 4 or 5 snaps has been him in the open field. And, Jigs, you've been calling for it. He's probably got more yards if he doesn't slide. I mean,
absolutely.
He really is very good in the open field, but he's been very reluctant to do that. I think he may have watched some film and seen some of the vicious and violent hits that Liberty's put on some dudes, and maybe he's smarter than we think.
1:52 left here in the half. 2nd and 1. Genoa give off the right side. Nothing doing there.
Timeout, Casey Moeller. Timeout. Yes, sir.
Didn't get any yard, not a first down.
Yeah. Liberty looking to get one more possession out of the half, and, you know, Jigs, this half hasn't been the most concise and precision football we've played, but, man, we have found, and I think we've always known, the explosiveness of Jackson Lonzak has been on full display from the first series when he picks a ball off, like you said. He explodes and high points the thing and then looks like an absolute punt returner in the open field and then runs away. He runs away on the touchdown. And then now you've seen him make catch after catch in the seam off some play action or just a throw to him. not only is he making great catches with his hands, but then he's getting up the field, making guys miss, and then punishing people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the full package.
Yeah, he has been outstanding, and we've been talking about this just in the circles. Like, man, that is just a guy that you just gotta get the ball. You gotta find a way to get the rock in his hands because he can go at any time, and we're seeing that again.
Well, you saw
tonight.
early. You saw the playbook open up for him when he got a toss from a wing, like slot position. You're like, ooh, maybe Jackson, the junior. He's a junior, 6'2", 210-pound junior, and man, that's impressive. Impressive tonight.
Genoa in the tee, give off the right side. Good run for a first down yardage with 1:36 left in the half.
Okay, he's going to call a timeout here. Or is he just going to play it out now? That's a good first down. Genoa needed that first down. They didn't want to go into halftime at 35-0. Genoa probably pretty happy to let this clock run, too. They're going to go little sugar huddle, but they're going to probably have to take one shot here, you think, Jigs?
Yeah, they got 11 with Ethan down here. I wouldn't be surprised.
Going to roll some coverage to the big guy.
Throw one up here.
Mullenhour in the gun.
Oh, boy.
Under center,
Not
excuse me.
enough time.
He
Deegan.
is sacked by
Deegan.
guess who? Schwager.
Whoa.
I mean, if anybody is familiar with the Friday the 13th franchise of the 80s, Jason Voorhees, not the biggest of slashers, but, man, he got it done. The kill shots that guy put on the campers. Tell you, Swigert tonight is Jason Voorhees relived. Where's the bag over his head? I mean,
You're scaring young children.
what a play by –
So is Deegan.
wow, Deegan is scaring some people in Genoa tonight.
Genoa tees it up and gives off the left side.
Boy,
Nothing doing. Another flag on the field.
I'll tell you, if you watch Deegan and you're watching 57 at the nose guard position, Jigs, he's swimming. He's popping, swimming, and they can't find him. He's just winning snap after snap. It's impressive.
We got chop block.
Oh, yeah.
This is – they get third down here. We got one more TO. I'd make them – ooh. I'd almost decline this. Get one more stop. At least make them punt it. Try to get a block.
You got 2 timeouts left here, Jigs.
Well, they're going to take it. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, they could still put the ball in harm's way.
When you get a chance to watch the video, and Jeremy talked about it, and so did Mark, watch 57 this first half.
Ooh.
He is a pleasure to watch. And, again, tribute to 62 Logan Cifuentes. What a great year he had. But Deegan Swigert is just jumping off the screen at nose guard tonight.
Yeah, you continue to like these senior performances, too.
Man.
Deegan's
Every
been a
week.
great player. He's been a great player all year, but this is by far the best game we've ever seen him play for a senior late in the playoffs like this. You got to love it.
And I think
Okay, I would decline it. I would go third down here. Why is the clock running? It should be at 36
they're
seconds.
going to have to go back and reset it. Casey wants one more
I try
possession.
I try to make him punt it, come for a block here.
Well, make them punt it. You're going to punt it in an end zone. You're going to get the ball at the 40, and you run a play or two, and you might get Max Walker. I don't know. I mean, it is pouring the rain here at Fostoria, and anything can happen.
Guys, and I'll tell you what, we love our fans, and if you're out there listening to us, man, we certainly appreciate it. 11,000
wow.
and change online for our audio.
That explains why you're driving the Rolls Royce and you got 2 yachts, Mark. I mean,
I'm
give me a
driving
break.
my wife's Tahoe, buddy.
And that's got 284,000
Yeah.
miles on it. You better get an oil change.
KK Collision is going to be seeing my car.
I see Kyle Kern and his entire garage coming up here looking for your car.
Yeah.
Going to need some synthetic on the
He's
next
got
change.
students that need bodywork practice. But no, we so appreciative. I mean, we love doing this.
Just to be clear, Mark does not take a salary from this.
I do not. But I am
Let's
happy
just make that real
that
clear.
after years, I don't have to pay to do this anymore.
That's right. All right, so we did decline the penalty. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Genoa. Mullenhour drops back.
Oh, boy.
He's pressured. He's moving to his left. Throws it incomplete. With 33 seconds left, it'll be 4th down.
I love the relentlessness right there
of Henry, Fitz, and Ryder. You know, he knew that Mollenhauer was going to get rid of that ball, but he just put the quarterback hit on. Those accumulate. Those matter. Great job by Henry. Well, he's a rising star too.
Yeah, he's playing really well.
You know, Casey Moeller and this coaching staff play that one perfectly. Liberty's going to get this football maybe inside of Genoa's 40-yard line if everything plays out right. And you may get a bad snap here, Jigs. It's pouring the rain.
I'd go punt block here.
We'll see if Liberty tries to go after this one. Genoa back to punt. Snap is good. Punt is away. It's a short punt, high short punt, bounces at the 45 and takes a Liberty center bounce, and it'll be down at the 42 with 24 seconds left to go in the half.
2 timeouts left. You probably got 3 plays, which may include a field goal chance. I think Casey will kick it too. He got no problem making this thing 31-0 at halftime. But again, the rain is falling, Jeremy. It's not been the prettiest, but Liberty has been in command from that first pick of Jackson Lonzak.
I'd probably look 18 here. I don't know about you guys.
Crine breaking the gun, 24 seconds left. He looks straight back, throws across the middle, and that is caught by Badenhop. He's down to the 29.
Timeout. Oh, they're going to get
first down. They're going to clock it.
Liberty Center going quick, 18 seconds to go.
Well, 18's wide
15,
open here.
14,
they are not accounting for
clock's
18
running.
here. He is in the slot.
Kreinbrink throws over here, incomplete with 10 seconds left. It'll be second down at the 30-yard line.
2 plays left, 1 play and a field goal attempt, and I think they'll try it. I think he'd like to get a couple more yards here.
Yeah, still got a timeout, so. Yeah, this would be what?
You got 2 timeouts? Is that 2 for us?
48 in the rain. That's a tough ask.
It's 1. That one
is
timeout?
it 1 timeout? I think it's 2, isn't it?
I saw 2.
2. We got 2.
I thought we called 1 on defense and 1 on offense, but
you're right, though. He can go Lonzak right here, and he can get 10 yards.
Big cushion on Lonzak. Big cushion. Kreinbrink in the gun. And he looks that way. It's going to be a screen to Lonzak. He's got room across the middle. He gains about 5.
Now they'll kick
3 seconds left. Timeout, Liberty.
I have talked about this tunnel screen. Remember Seth Atkinson?
Yeah, he was really
97, 98, 96. Elite. I say pound for pound. The best football player in the modern era, Seth Atkinson. That guy ran a tunnel screen. You couldn't get him. You could not get him. You couldn't play one-hand touch with him. He was so good in the open field. The catch he makes at Apple Creek, Waynedale, in that mud fest where he genuflexes in reverse over like
Matrix.
Like he did the, like he bent, I don't even know how to do it. Like my C9 just popped out trying to, but that kid there, he was a rubber band man, and he was one of the most valuable offensive players we had on that state championship team because the tunnel screen made him great, and Liberty blocks it well. That's the first I think I've seen a tunnel screen.
Yeah.
Where you bring you bring the Y slot guy or the X on the outside, you bring him into the Liberty kind of sideline, and he's wide open with lots of blockers. And Jackson Lonzak's been targeted 7 times in the second half. Hello.
Liberty Center Walker gonna try a deep one. Looks like a 43-yarder.
He can make this, guys.
The kick is up. Does
He's
it have enough? Yeah, he did. It's good. Max Walker puts that score to 31 as time expires in the first half. Boys, we're going into the second half of the running clock.
How perfect was that by Casey Moeller and that coach? I mean, that was perfection. That was perfection on offense. I mean, guys, what you saw there is state championship level execution with under a minute to go in Liberty Center. Way to finish the half. Wow. Max Walker, first team All-Ohio, 3 positions. We talked about it. What a kicker Max Walker is.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right, we're going to take our halftime break here once again from Fostoria Memorial Stadium. Region 18 Finals, Liberty Center up big, 31-0. And we'll be back right after this halftime break. Wait, Cole, hang on. Due to the rain and such, we will probably go silent at halftime. We'll try to get something going, but we got cameras all over the place that are soaking wet. We're trying to get our audio system together. But we'll have what we can to cover the bands for you guys. There may not be any audio. That's all I can tell you right now. Everybody's soaking wet. we're trying to do the best we can. So we'll be back after this halftime break. All right, we're back here, Foster Memorial Stadium. The Liberty Center Tigers lead the Genoa Comets 31-0 in the Region 18 finals. And Scott Barrett with the stats. Scott, it's probably going to tell us about a 31-0.
You know, I laugh because I think I've been here 4 or 5 years or whatever, and you kind of bring us into the stats at the same. The stats might kind of give us a clue as to what this. You kind of nailed that, Mark.
I have no idea what we're talking about. Tell me how it is.
Oh, I love it. Well, Liberty Center, big 31-0 lead, and we'll Jigs and I will kind of review a few, but the tremendous 43-yard field goal at the half as the staff just Casey managed the clock with absolute precision and perfection, and then. You know, Max Walker just does Max Walker things with a big field goal to take a 31-0 lead. Total yards, Liberty Center 215, Genoa 54. First downs, Liberty 9, Genoa 5. Rushing, Liberty Center 11 rushes for 68 yards, and your leader is Baxter Barrett with 3 carries and 35 yards. Got to work with that boy to get in from the one. We've had about 2 or 3 of those. Rex Lindgren says you got to smell the goal line.
Smell it, baby.
Got to get a little stronger smell of Baxter. 3 rushes for 35 yards. Genoa 17 rushes for 24 yards. Nothing doing for Genoa in the run game tonight. Passing Cade Kreinbrink 9 for 11, 147 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Jackson Lonzak, 5 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown. And man, oh man, what a coming out party he has been tonight. He's been there all year. The numbers have been smoldering, but tonight he has exploded on the scene, and we'll get into that in a minute. Genoa, 7 of 15 for 37 yards, and they've just really limited Miles Mulhauer and Jackson Mangone. There's just not a lot happening. Liberty on the back end. The defensive backfield has been stellar tonight. Tackles, Max Walker with 10.
Wow.
Garrison Cruz with 7. Mason Smith with 6. But the star defensively has been Deegan Swigert. I mean, as we said, if you're not familiar with the Slasher series, Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees just never stops. And tonight, Deegan Swigert has been a frightening presence at nose guard. And just watch him. Just turn him on and watch him. The swim move, and then in his face, the quarterback's face all night. Deegan's been wonderful. Liberty has caused 3 turnovers. And, Jigs, I got to tell you, you nailed it. Miles Mullenhauer with 2 picks. 1 to Jackson Lonzak on a 60-yard plus or minus. Brilliant catch and run. And then Caden Sonnenberg with a great play. Just, I don't know that Miles Mulholland saw it, Mulhauer. I don't think he saw him, and the senior just stepped right in the route and picked it up. And it's two picks and a fumble, and then we get a fumble late in the first half and convert that. Liberty Center did have a turnover in Baxter Barrett's fumble after a nice run. So, Jigs, Liberty Center has dominated this game. They'll receive the second half kickoff, but not pretty, but some extraordinarily entertaining and explosive plays by Jackson Lonzak.
Well, when you can have a turnover for Liberty Center, and then really I would consider that fumble on 4th down another turnover. So really we had two turnovers in that first half and still be able to go up 31-0. That is really saying something. You know, those first 2 drives for Liberty Center did not look all that right. Great.
Nope.
But we've seen time and time again this defense turns you over, either turns it into, run backs and touchdowns on the interception, or quick strike and turn into instant touchdowns. You had the fumble within their 20, turned into instant offense. Liberty Center, Lonzak with the big interception return. So when you give Liberty Center more opportunities, you turn the football over, they make you pay most of the time.
Now 31-0. Liberty gets the ball at half. It's Genoa's worst nightmare, and we talked about how they ran the clock. I mean, the 2-minute offense after the punt was fabulous, and Max Walker nails a 43-yard field goal to give Liberty a 31-0 lead. We might get to a running clock here, and start getting starters off the field, because it's going to be a Final Four and a regional championship. I don't see Genoa
It's not over till it's over, Jigs. But, Jeremy, you've seen some things tonight in the offense that you knew that were there. The short passing game to Jackson, the swings, the short passing game to Garrison Cruz have just been on point. Cade Kreinbrink has been efficient, 9 of 11, 147, a couple touchies. I mean, it's impressively efficient from the quarterback spot tonight for Cade Kreinbrink.
Really is. Just shows you the diversity of, and ability of this team. We can really do a lot of different things. And we're seeing stuff tonight that Liberty Center hasn't really done all year. I mean, is this probably record attempts for Kreinbrink? Not sure. But if not
quite yet, but he's getting there.
But we're getting there, and it just shows you how well-rounded this offense is and how dangerous they can be moving forward too.
I like the play action out of the shotgun, Jigs, holding linebackers, and DBs just trying to read routes, and then you hook up or you run a stop route or a dig route inside the hash, and you got a 6'1" or 6'2", 205-pound 4'6", 40 guy snatching balls in the pouring rain, and then he turns to the defense. Watch it. He not only runs away from guys and makes you miss, slippery, he's dragging guys 10, 12 yards. I mean, the yards after catch tonight from Jackson Lonzak has been phenomenal.
Well, you don't have to throw the football down the field for Liberty Center to have an explosive pass play. You got Garrison Cruz, you got Baxter Barrett, you got Lonzak. I mean, Ethan Gray, Badenhop. I mean, all of these athletes have the ability to turn up and go at any time. And the short passing game's okay. I love a swing pass to Garrison Cruz.
Love it.
Yes.
Look what he did tonight.
Love it.
3 tackles, touchdown. Yeah. Lonzak, give him a chance on a corner. He wins that battle, stiff arm, he can go the distance.
Well,
so love the concept.
Jackson Mangone said on BSN this week, hey, Liberty Center this, Liberty Center that. We're not afraid. You don't need to be afraid to take a beat down. So that's essentially what's happening here. Let's see what happens in the second half.
Genoa boots it deep to start the second half. It looks like, he's got some room up the middle. Almost to midfield is Isaiah Badenhop. Liberty Center going to take over at about the 43.
You just can see Isaiah Badenhop and the confidence and the speed. And I think he's really underrated as an offensive weapon too, Jigs. You're going to graduate a tremendous senior class, but guys like Isaiah Badenhop give you hope that this offense and special teams have a great. And he's a great defensive back.
He's a great corner.
Remember, he got beat early last week and shut it down. Got beat early against Eastwood and then shut it down. Kid can play. Great competitor.
Kreinbrink under center. Give off the left side to Moeller. Moeller cuts back. Big hole as he gains about 14 across midfield.
Now this is where Genoa might need to summon some courage to get this game over, because that did not look. They've done a good job. Genoa's front 3 and 4. Liberty didn't have big rushing yards, 11 for 68. And your wing led you in rushing, so they kept the rushing game under control. But that run didn't look very good for Genoa's front 3 and 4.
Kreinbrink under center, gives straight ahead to Cruz. Cruz rambles down for about 6 to the 39.
Oh, boy, they're going to get Kellen Weimer blocking downfield on number 36, Alex Materney, and just chucked him about 6, 8, 7 yards to the ground and, threw the flag. Listen, that's okay. I get what he was doing. He didn't necessarily probably hear the whistle, but if Kellen Weimer gets downfield and puts his paws on you, you're going to go flying.
Sawyer Bockelman looks like he's on the table right now, kind of looking lower body. Hopefully Sawyer's okay.
Saw it early too. He got
ankle or
chopped
knee,
or something early, but yeah, I saw him. He was hurting a little bit. You're right, Mark. Liberty Center now, 2nd 19. Casey hates this part of the playbook, but see if Liberty can convert.
2nd and long, 9:50 left in the third with a running clock. Kreinbrink gives straight ahead to Moeller. Gains about 6 to the 51.
Well, Liberty's going to be in a 3rd and 14 or 15 kind of situation here, and either way, you don't get the first down, you punt them deep, and
And Liberty's going to play keep away and field position too, Jigs. You've got a lot of ways you can play a game like this, so anxious to see if Casey opens the playbook here or just kind of is content to play field position.
Third and 17 for the Tigers. Kreinbrink under center. Play action. Rolls to his left. He goes across the middle,
geez.
in and out of the hands of Barrett.
That was a great read that time by Caden. He had two guys kind of on the deeper routes were covered up. Come back to your third option. Baxter's got to look that one in.
Yeah, he's got to catch that football. You know, he's mishandled some balls tonight, and he might have turned and gotten the first down there.
Ryan routes in the return from Genoa.
We got a timeout, Genoa. 8:32 in the third. Genoa didn't have enough players, so they call a TO.
Yeah, if you're Genoa here starting out this second half, I kind of like the way Mollenhauer was running the football a little bit to finish that first half. You know, if he gets outside and he's got a chance, he's got to run it because, you know, our secondary has been so tight on these receivers, and you continue to throw it at the level that they did in the first half, you're going to continue to put the ball in harm's way, and we're going to turn you over again. So I liked his legs if you're Genoa, and that needs to be an option for them.
There's no inside run tonight.
No.
Liberty's interior three, Spangler, Swigert, you know, they've been dominant. Weimer, there's just no winning there for most teams, and that's just three dudes, too. It's not like we got five guys with their hands down. Those three have dominated the game. Deegan's had a big one, and, you know, Weimer had some big plays early for negative plays, just sending messages on that defensive line. But I like what Liberty's going to do here. We're going to play some field position and some coffin corner here.
Kreinbrink back to punt. Good snap. Gets it away. Good punt over to the left side.
Looks good to me right there.
Takes a Liberty center roll. Goes out of bounds at the 11. Great punt by Kreinbrink.
Anytime you get the ball inside the 20, inside the 15, Jeremy, again, maybe not the drive you wanted. The offense has been a little sloppy. Baxter with a drop there, needed to catch that football, but I'll take the field position at a 31-0 clip, let the clock run, and let the defense just suffocate Genoa.
The way this defense is playing, I feel okay about it, as the rain is lightening up, still coming down, not as heavy as it was in the first half. 7:40 in the third. Mollenauer in the gun. Quick pass to the right. Probably to Magnone. Gains about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Liberty's had great pursuit down the line on those quick hitters, Jigs. You know, outside the numbers, it's a kind of just a quick throw to see if their top receiver, Jackson Magnone, can make a play, but Liberty's just pursuing. You have Mad Max pursuing down there. The defensive backs making tackles. So I like the call. 5 yards good, but you need a bunch of points here.
Genoa in double tight. Mollenauer under center. Pitch right side to Routson. He gains
Mason
a couple
Smith.
short of the first down.
Mason Smith had a great night from that sniper position. He's a good tackler. You said he had
is.
6 tackles in
He
that
did.
first half. There's another good one there. He plays almost like a linebacker in
He's
the
big.
run game.
Big, rangy.
He's really been coming on last couple
and his
weeks.
special teams play is good, too. He's a valuable senior and does what he's supposed to do, knows what he's supposed to do. A good assignment football player, high IQ. He makes a lot of plays, man.
Yeah, he does.
He had a really good game against Otsego early in the season.
Yep.
You kind of nailed it. He told us the Snipers had to have a big one. They did that night.
6:20 left in the third. 3rd and 3. Mollenauer rolls to his left. He's hit. Incomplete. Going to be 4th down. Genoa's got to punt it away.
And my man Caden Sonnenberg on the finish. But you had just smoke all over Mollenhauer, the quarterback. Just did not have enough time to make a step into the throw, Jigs. And when you're throwing off your back foot, you're asking for
Well,
it.
it's back foot, and it's 18 in your face, and that's not a guy you want bearing down on you.
And, you know, that last 3 yards, it seems like he's running faster. That gear to closing speed from Jackson Lonzak, underrated weapon he's got. And he was there. I mean, he was in his grill.
Sonnenberg's had a nice night, too. Talk about some seniors. Mason Smith, Caden Sonnenberg.
Deegan Swigert. I mean, just line them up. The seniors are playing great games.
Genoa back to punt. The punt is away. It's a decent one.
Nice catch.
Badenhop fields it.
Uh-oh.
Look out.
Uh-oh.
He's got a little
Here's
bit
the
of
wall.
running room over on this right side.
That's gonna
He
be a touchdown.
might go. Yes, he did. Talk to me about it. Isaiah Badenhop.
Isaac Orth with the block of the game. Did you see Isaac
Great
Orth?
job.
That could have been one of those blocks where you get a penalty for defenseless defender. He holds his hand up. They call that block something. I don't know what they call it. Casey's got a name for throw your hands up and just be in the way. That was all Isaac Orth, senior. Smart as a whip.
that was
could have taken his head off.
Yeah, he could have.
And that could have been a defenseless defender there.
Oof.
And wow, what a play! And the staff's pointing right at 28.
Yep.
What a play by
That's
Isaac.
a selfless play
Oh
because
my
he could have
gosh.
absolutely destroyed that kid.
Isaiah Badenhop.
Listen, Isaiah makes that first, and he reverses field. Boy,
You see
boy,
the-
look out.
When you get the video, I want you to watch the line, the Great Wall of China.
Ooh.
That was like last week when Thomas reversed field, and all of a sudden there's 6 Tigers, and there was just nothing but blocking. What a great job by Liberty Center on that punt return. And there it was. Olyke, open field, speed, got to the wall. There was nothing.
No.
There was not a white uniform to be had, but I still think you're going to love that Isaac Orth block. That was fantastic. There's a name for that. Baxter talks about it at home a lot, where you just got to throw your hands up. You can't put your hands on something. It's going to be a penalty.
That's right.
Or you're going to tear into a kid. You might get a flag on that, but
Get in the way.
and he did. That was
Great.
the only guy that could have made the tackle, and Isaac Orth got him. That's going to be a heck of a highlight film play for him. That was awesome. Great job by Isaac.
More of a basketball screen than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Well, Isaiah Badenhop's is another one of these weapons
boy.
that just that's a guy that can go
So
anytime.
let's see.
Let's
Let's do the inventory. You got number 30. You got number 3. You got 40. You got 18. You got 2. I mean,
7.
you got set. Wait,
What else?
7 is weapon number 7. I mean, you got to find. There's a lot of chambers in that weaponry there. A lot of bullets. Good grief. Isaiah Badenhop. Then it was awesome too. He got to the wall.
Oh, that was a great broken tackle on that first one.
Love it.
The kick by Walker was good, and Perry boots this one deep. As Genoa brings it out, bring it to the left side. He's across the 20. He's going to be out of bounds at the 26 with 3:53 left in the third quarter. 38-0 Liberty.
In control, running clock, Liberty Center. Another regional championship, and this game is going to end up kind of, as you hinted, you don't talk like that on air much, but you
can't.
Off the air, you're like, this is going to get a little ugly, and it's getting there.
Yeah.
I go into these games, and I'm trying to think through, hey, man, how are they going to do this to us? And I just keep getting it wrong, man. I'm just wrong again. I thought Genoa might, but no, not tonight.
Genoa double tight, give up the middle. Nothing doing.
Guess who?
And you also got a player to watch out for, Brady Badenhop. There's a guy that he's kind of a stud, and not a lot of snaps, but that guy's going to be a heck of a sniper. There's Deegan Swigert. You might see him.
That guy needs a standing ovation.
He just
You
got
kidding
one.
me?
Nick Miller doesn't do that a lot.
Ooh.
He just did that. Big smile on Big Nick's face. What a game by Deegan Swigert.
Fantastic.
You got some second-team linebacker crew with Spangler and Wardy in there, and
Molnauer throws to the right side to Magnone. He's got some room, and he is shifty. Gains of about 8. Be second and short.
and Liberty's going to do a lot of subbing here, and we talk about this a lot, Jeremy. Our subs, in a lot of instances, are starters.
That's right.
At Evergreen, Delta, Wasion. And it's great to get reps. It's the third quarter, man.
Yeah.
You're getting state-quality reps.
That's right.
Against the fifth-ranked team in Ohio. I love it.
Fantastic experience for these younger players.
Watching Jackson Ward, man, playing linebacker as a freshman. Gosh, you got to love it.
T give up the middle by Genoa, gain of about 8. Going to be a first down across the 44. As Moore younger Tigers get in the game.
Mason Talent coming in.
That clock running all the way down to 1:45 left in the third already.
Chris Berman, just tick, 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 tick. Want that clock to run. Keep everybody healthy.
Genoa double tight again. Back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket. Chuck's deep over here. It was deflected and caught by
Foster,
Magnone.
I think that's Adam Foster had it in his hands.
Oh, man.
Magnone had a catch like that last week against Worcester Triway where it was
did.
tipped and he
did.
in a crowd, and he gets those balls.
He does.
50-50 balls. He wins those, but Foster had it.
Man, Foster
had
he's
it.
a good-looking player, too. Man, he played physical last week.
You see the special
Just on
teams
special
play?
teams,
The
he was
Marine
just
tackling everywhere,
physical,
laying
fast.
licks.
Love the way he plays.
Mullenauer under center, give off the right side. Genoa gaining some yardage here. Going to be second and about 4.
You know, you're not going to gain a bunch of yardage on that first team defense. Guys are getting some reps here early. I mean, midway through the third quarter, getting reps for reserves. I
got
love
a score update. Indian Lake just took the lead 21-14 over North Union.
What's that St. Henry score?
Yeah,
Mark?
what's that? Let's get that one.
Hang on, we're getting there.
That's big news across the state of Ohio.
St. Henry 18, Marion Local 7.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay. I like that.
In the third.
Genoa moving the chains down to the 24 of Liberty Center.
Yeah, I'm sure
and the
Genoa,
quarter comes to the end.
Genoa's happy to see that clock wind down. They'll be even happier to see this clock. It's been a good year for Genoa. You know, 11 straight wins. You gotta tip your cap to what they've accomplished over there in the last few years. I've been very impressed with how Bill Fisher has run this program. They had a complete rebuild, Jeremy, after that great 2018 team that was undefeated and ranked number 1 AP. It's a major upset by Liberty Center there in 18 and that 4th and 25, but then they dipped.
Yeah.
And they took a few years to kind of retool, and I'm close friends with the softball coach at Otsego, who is the offensive line coach at Genoa, and we talk a lot, and I watch them because of Jason Collier, who's a great offensive line coach, and he was excited for this game. He really thought, hey, man, this is an honor to play in a game like this, a regional championship, give your kids a chance to play for a Final Four, but this Liberty Center team a little bit much
and, you know,
for Genoa tonight.
Into the future for Genoa.
A lot of
juniors.
A lot of
This
good
is going to
juniors.
be a team to watch next year as well. As we start the fourth quarter, Mullenauer chucks it deep
He's
to
got
number
him.
2, and he's got him.
Foster,
Incomplete.
great
Play by Foster to break it up.
Really good close right there on that route. He's fast, man, straight up. He's a great special teams player. Dad's a Marine, brother's a Marine, he'll be a Marine. Just a bunch of bad dudes, man. He hangs out at the house. He'll come over. He works. What do you need done, Mr. Barrett? This is the guy. I mean, you just don't make guys like that anymore.
Hey, I got stuff to do. Can you stop by my house?
No, he's at my house doing stuff. You're out.
Story of my life.
Adam's my guy.
Mullenauer in the gun, drops back, throws it deep on
Pick
this
it.
side. It's going to be picked. Murdoch with the pick. Going to be a touchback at Liberty Center ball with 11 minutes left in the game.
You know, Brian Babcock's played some college football at Ohio Dominican, and he sees a lot of stuff. And I want to know more than Brian Babcock. Every time I get up here with him, I'm going to know more. You know, I don't know more than Brian Babcock. He nailed this early in the game, talking about Miles Mollenhauer is going to throw some picks, and he's going to throw them early. And guess what? He threw picks early. He's throwing them late. He's just not used to that pressure. He's not used to that heat that he's feeling. And you can see a little skittish back there.
Yeah.
Forcing balls. And, Jiggs, you're right again. You are right again,
Not always.
my friend.
Not always.
Well.
He's got a great arm, Mollenhauer. I mean, he's going to be a good-looking quarterback next year. That's only a junior.
Yeah.
And number 11 is also a junior.
Force to be reckoned with certainly next year will be Genoa as Liberty Center takes over on downs at the 20. Is that Max Perry at quarterback.
Oh, boy, here
Pitch
we go.
off the left side. Who do we got there?
Jackson.
Going to gain about 4.
I want to go back and talk about Tatum Murdoch, too, playing center field, making that pick. That's a guy we've been talking a lot about, special teams, kind of in that backup role to Thomas and the deep safety. Man, I'll tell you, I love what I see, the way he comes downhill and hits.
He's a hitter.
Next year at that deep safety position, look out for that guy.
If he was around 20 years ago, there'd be some heads rolling. He can't do quite the same things he used to be able to in this game. The ball's
I
loose.
think we got back on it.
As Liberty runs it up the middle for a couple. See who has it. It looks like we retain possession.
I mean, it's not very often, guys, that you're going to get your entire roster in a football game in a regional championship game. We had 2-3 depth guys getting in this game with 6-7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I mean, you might see the freshman.
Oh, you're gonna.
You might see the
Bergstrom
freshman.
Barrett said, "Dad, I'm gonna get in." Levi Howe.
Howe in at quarterback now for the Tigers, and he gives to, is that Silvis? Spangler off the left side. Gain of about, enough for the first down. Move the chains with 8:50 left in this contest.
You know, I always like being in the lead with some clock. It's just savor the win. There's nothing like winning. There's nothing like winning. I don't care what you're doing. Wiffle ball, perch fishing, just won the competition for the day. Just everything's a win, and Liberty's winning tonight, and it's sweet. I mean, winning is sweet. You don't get regional titles; they just don't hand those out.
That's
Jigs.
right.
I mean, you got to earn those.
Yep.
Yeah, we probably take that for granted here at Liberty Center. It's an embarrassment of riches in the past several years, and it's hard to get here.
It is.
But Liberty Center has made it look very easy this year.
They're on a roll. The youth football program, the junior high players, they see this. They want to do this. They want to be a part of this. The retention levels at all levels are so high because they all go to these games. They watch LC Tiger Sports Live, and they watch the old film. Mark's been putting on old games from the 90s and the 80s. And
I'm all the way up from 1986 to 2005.
Oh, my gosh. And you sit there and you watch that, you're like, that was good then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been good football around here for 50 years, man.
Indian Lake just scored. They're now up 28-14 over North Union.
It's like we have an opponent in the state semi.
Perry swings off the left to
Ty.
Jackson.
Get up, Ty.
He's got some speed around that edge. He's driven out of bounds around the 50.
Ty Jackson, he's had a chance. We saw him in the Swanton game and different games this year. When Ty gets in the game, he's playing for keeps, man. He's not coasting. He's playing like he's a starter. I love that. When I watch him play, it's all go, no show.
That's right.
For Ty Jackson.
He's played a good corner in a reserve spot, and he's really got some jets when he gets the football from the running back position.
6:50 left in the game. Liberty across midfield. Howe gives off the left side to Spangler.
Pushing that pile, man.
Rambles ahead for a gain of 6.
Starter still in for Genoa, and we are moving the football right now.
Division 5 scores. Wheelersburg 38, Nelsonville 0. Again, 28-14. The Indian Lake Lakers are over the North Union Wildcats. Central Catholic now 42-20 over Rocky River.
Howe gives up the middle. Not a lot of room.
That's one thing I thought Genoa did a pretty good job with tonight. They fought in there in the interior, inside the tackles, inside the tight ends. They didn't give up a lot of explosive plays, and that's why Casey kind of flipped the script and went into that short control passing game, throwing the ball out to Jackson Lonzak and to Garrison Cruz, and it worked because sloppy, rainy, snaps, and it was just a good adjustment by Casey to get the ball in the playmaker's hands, and Jackson Lonzak had a big night. We're starting to talk about the man of steel tonight. I'll tell you what, I got two guys. I don't know that we don't share it. We'll have to see.
I'm going to have to take a donation for the T-shirt budget.
Oh, boy.
Too much sharing going on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard not.
I was going to say, you got to give it where it's due, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Right.
Last week was great. You guys gave it to 3 or 4 dudes, right? I mean,
4.
I mean, that's a record.
Well, I was standing too close to Spike, and Jesse Miller made me do it.
You know,
he's not here, right? Jesse made me do
Spike
it.
Whitman would give a T-shirt to everybody every game. I'm telling you, he loves it.
Spike at home on the men. Hope you're doing good, bud.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, yeah. Spangler around the outside.
Light.
That's light. That's light. Sorry.
Senior Braxton Light.
Sorry about that.
You know what I like about that? Braxton with the ball security.
Yep.
See that?
High and tight, baby.
Yeah.
A couple guys on this team can work on that. That's a great job. That's a senior that's done it in drills
They got
every
us
day.
on a hold, I think.
Mark, what's the Mooney? You got the Mooney update, Gerard?
Mooney Gerard. Yeah. Cardinal Mooney 34, Gerard 14. I'll tell you what, that's a surpriser.
I don't know.
Okay.
How about that St. Henry? You just took it down again. Same
No
for St.
change.
Henry. Okay.
St. Henry's still up.
Okay.
Unmarried local. Central Catholic's up big now. That's one of our area teams who like to support Northwest Ohio teams.
Wheelersburg, Mooney's going to be
That'll be a matchup there.
banger of a game next week. Howe takes the snap, gives up the middle. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Burst of speed.
Ty Jackson.
Ty
He wants to
Jackson.
score. That guy wants to score. Did he have a touchdown last week on a run?
He
I
did.
think
He
he
finished
did.
up Baxter's 1 yard
Yes.
scraps.
Look out. That guy wants a piece of that end zone.
Okay,
Run
I'm
hard.
going to say this right now. Stop texting me. Don't know where we're going to play. We're going to put in for it. I'm going to bet either Findlay, but they're not an NFHS site, because Findlay is right in the middle, or we might be right back
Where
here.
did we play 2 years ago? What was that place down south we played? Where was that
Lehman. Sydney,
Sydney
wasn't it?
Lehman.
at? You
Sydney.
could see a game with Sidney Lehman.
That's too far down, though.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
like right there for Indian
You're
Lake.
going downward. Findlay, Donnell Stadium, literally is 57 minutes from us and 53 minutes from them.
I love Donnell Stadium.
I do too.
I would love to play there.
Yeah.
That's a great site.
Or we could be right back here,
Yeah.
This
which
has been
this is a great facility.
It
been
is.
a good
Yeah.
facility this evening.
They might just leave all of our stuff right here.
There
Lock
you
it
go.
up.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, do shout out to the Fostoria staff, man. They've done a great job.
Oh, wow.
They worked
Yeah.
with us.
Best
What a
slop-
great facility.
Best Sloppy Joe's in Northwest Ohio
You
tonight.
bet. You bet. Perry keeps it around the end. Nothing doing. It's going to be 4th down with 2:30 left in this ball game. Liberty winning 38-0.
They going to try to kick a field goal here?
That's a deep
No,
one.
they are not. I think that what they're going to do is they're just going to probably run another play and
Yeah.
let this clock continue to run.
Yes, stay with us. We will have the Swanton Welding Man of Steel and some stats for you.
Perry tosses right to Jackson. Jackson is quick, sticks his shoulder down, does not quite get first down yardage.
Well, I tell you, Tatum Murdoch just put a whack on somebody on the outside
You know,
there.
you want to get to your program, circle that cat for next year. He's made an impact this year. He's done some stuff. I saw some dark web video about him just laying him and the Colton and Trenton.
Dark web.
So somebody put a video on the dark web of just the hits, like some people getting hit and tackling and slamming and thinking, there's Colton, Trenton. Those guys were legendary hitters, but then all of a sudden, what was this guy doing? This Murdoch guy got in this thing, laying some licks. I'm like, this is the dark web. I think Murdoch is the dark web. I mean, Tatum Murdoch is. If you want to talk about the dark web, that's the guy's the dark web.
North Union just turned around and scored real quick, 21-28.
Wow.
28. Oh, they missed the extra point. 28-20, Indian Lake.
Genoa is pressured. Mullenauer goes down.
Jackson Ward, a freshman. He got in varsity reps here the last second half of the season, and another relentless freshman, by the way.
Yeah.
Relentless freshman, number 60. Big Notre Dame fan.
Ooh.
That whole Westoven clan.
Yeah, that's right. Them
They
West
love it.
Ovens,
They
like
all of
Notre
them.
Dame.
There's
They
about
like the Irish.
36,000 of them, and they're all Notre Dame fans. And God bless them. But, Jackson Ward, good little player, man.
Mullenauer gives off the right side.
That'll
And
about do it.
that is probably going to do it here from Fostoria as the clock ticks down. Your 2025 Liberty Center Tigers are Region 18 champions.
Man, oh man, and decisive. Maybe not the cleanest jigs, not the most precise. Casey will have plenty to talk about in the morning, but, tip your cap to Liberty Center. Corporate football, man, from youth all the way through the seniors. It just gets no better. The Spike would say it gets no better than this, and Liberty Center is on a roll.
All right, we're going to take a break here. Liberty Center 38, Genoa Comets 0. And we will, as I said, play the winner of the Indian Lake North Union game, and they are in the fourth quarter. Oh, they don't have a clock. Oh, that just irks me to death. Yeah. But it's late in the game, 28 for Indian Lake, 20 for North Union. We will play the winner of that game. We don't know where it's going to be. We will put in for it. So we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with stats. And then the Swanton Welding post-game show and the Man of Steel.
Genoa Comets, I know this is not the outcome that you guys wanted tonight, but not everybody gets to this point of the season, week 13. You should be extremely proud of what you've achieved, and to get here tonight, congratulations for your efforts. I know your community, your school, your family, your friends are extremely proud of you, and you should be equally as proud of each other, your coaches, and everything you've accomplished. Keep your heads up. You've had a fantastic season, one you will never forget. It's my honor to give the regional runner-up trophy to the Genoa Comets.
And now, Mr. Hutchinson will present the 2025 Division 5 Regional Championship Trophy to the captains from Liberty Center High School.
And I know several of you and several of the people in your community, I am well aware this is not the end goal, but this is pretty special. 4 straight regional championships. I challenge each of you to follow your coach's lead and have a tremendous week of preparation and be ready to battle again next Friday and keep this train moving and keep winning football games. Congratulations. Coach Moeller, Tigers, congratulations, regional champions.
All right, we're back here. Regional championship trophy presented. Runner-up trophy, Genoa Comets. You know, when the sting wears off, I use this phrase a lot, they're going to really appreciate the season that they had. So let's talk a little bit about stats. Scott, you going to lay it out? And then we'll talk about Man of Steel, and welcome to the Swanton Welding post-game show.
Yeah, we really appreciate Norm Zeider and Swanton Welding, just like we do Kyle Kern and KK Collision for the pregame. We always appreciate Crossbuck Construction for the podcast. We got great sponsors, but the postgame, Liberty Center kind of took their foot off the gas pedal in the second half. Not a lot of activity, but let's go overall. Liberty Center, 14 first downs, Genoa 8. Liberty Center, 310 total yards, Genoa 108. Caden Kreinbrink had a good one tonight. 9 for 12, 147 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the way it was done was pretty cool. That intermediate passing game, and Jackson Lonzak and Garrison Cruz. Jackson Lonzak tonight receiving 5 catches for 101 and a touchdown. Watch the video, folks. It was a highlight worthy. Mark, you get something for us?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought maybe you had your finger up a big
I
score.
was giving Jiggs the finger.
That's right. He deserves it. Liberty Center 9 for 12, 147 passing. Genoa 10 for 21, Jiggs. 60 yards. It was jail. Liberty Center's defensive backfield just put down, Jackson Mangone The junior just erased him tonight. Not much of a factor. Liberty's defense in the back end was phenomenal. Nobody open tonight. Rushing Liberty Center 27 for 163. Genoa 23 for 48. And again, you give Genoa some credit. They controlled Garrison Cruz kind of like Delta did. But Baxter Barrett, 2 rushes for 35 yards. Ty Jackson, 4 rushes for 31. Thomas Mueller, 5 for 30. So not the gaudy rushing numbers you're used to, but Liberty, they got a lot of combinations to put teams away. Liberty had 4 penalties for 46 yards. Genoa, 23 attempts on 48 yards. So, again, you're talking about 2 yards a carry, talking about 6 yards of completion, and just not a lot of offense. Liberty's defense was stifling. 4 straight regional titles. The tacklers tonight, Max Walker with 10, Deegan Swiger with 7, Mason Smith 7, Garrison Cruz 8, Baxter Barrett 6. Good tackle distribution, good defense. Max Walker with a 43-yard field goal as Casey and the staff really ran the 2-minute offense to perfection. Big field goal. Those come into play in state championship games and state semifinal. Liberty very decisive. Not the cleanest game, fellas, but impressive nonetheless. Liberty was in control. The defense was suffocating. Early big negative plays. Pick 6, Jackson Lonzak. There just wasn't. They just didn't have a lot going on, Jigs, tonight. Genoa couldn't get anything really going on offense.
Well, this defense has shown time and time again of just swarming you to death, where there is just no room.
All levels.
Run game,
all levels.
Pass game, and we continue to get short fields, and that short fields on offense leads to quick points, and then we turn you over, and that also leads to quick points. And this defense does not allow you to get anything going, and there was nothing going tonight.
Genoa 3 turnovers, Liberty 1. And Jeremy, before we get to the Man of Steel, I liked the short passing game. I liked it. And the rain tonight, Kate Kreinbrink hooked it up, and I thought that was a very effective game plan tonight by Casey and the staff.
Absolutely. A great way to spread the field on a rainy night. And as we spoke in the pregame, Caden Kreinbrink has been continuously getting better and more effective with the touch passes and the accuracy. And with these athletes on Liberty Center's offensive side, they don't need a lot of room. Just swing it out there, and we got enough speed to get the corner. And that's what happened tonight.
Well, Mark, are you prepared to start the debate on the Man of Steel? You got some scores tonight.
I got some scores.
Indian Lake.
Indian Lake. I was reading something else about Indian Lake now 35, North Union 21.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very late in the game. Also, I just got word that Marion Local is going down. St. Henry's going to get
St.
it.
Henry.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
Oh, boy.
That's
big
going to be a big one. So
Well, they've had some near misses, and tonight St. Henry did not miss.
Yep. So, again, we'll put in for the game. We'll be here somewhere, some capacity, probably about the same we are now, video delay. Live audio, so we appreciate everybody hanging with us. Almost 15,000 people online with us tonight. 15,000 connections. Maybe if you watch it with your buddy, 30,000 Tiger Sports Live,
Whoa,
Liberty Center
really cool.
Tiger fans.
I told my oldest son tonight to keep going online and putting those numbers up tonight. So, he kept going online, getting off, going online, getting off.
I can lie with statistics all day long, but let's get back to some facts here. Man of Steel facts. Caden Kreinbrink, what a night.
Yeah, for sure.
What a night. Our front defensive 3, wow. What a night.
Dominant.
Yep, dominant night. I think, we're all going to come up with about the same 2 or 3 names, and that's okay. These will be past winners tonight because I think all 3 of the guys we've talked about have won the Man of Steel award. But you know what? It is what it is. And they'll come out with some cool Tiger Sports Live gear, and we'll figure that out. So my 3 guys, Caden Kreinbrink, Jackson Lonzak, and the madman in the middle, Deegan Schwaggart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't really. Those are the especially Lonzak and Schwager just played the game of their lives, out of their mind good. They just stuck out like sore thumbs offensively and defensively tonight. I don't know how you really go anywhere else there.
Yep. Hey, I do want to say we had a lot of people ask us. Logan Cifuentes is they're taking some precautions. He was in concussion protocol. Think he got hit by friendly fire last week in some of the collisions, but they're just kind of being safe with him. He'll be back next week. That's the plan. But Deegan Schwager, the Liberty Center's got that next up mentality, next man up.
Well, I've got a couple of guys I like. So here's the seniors. You can give a T-shirt to the seniors, but tonight Genoa had a playmaker, a Division I caliber person on the field, and he was basically erased by our defensive backfield. Caden Sonnenberg. You can go down the list. You got J.T. Olcrew, Mason Smith, Isaiah Badenhop, Ethan Gray. You're not going to give them the man of steel tonight. But quite frankly, if you look at how Genoa had to win this game, number 11, Jackson Magnone, had to be a big player tonight, and he was not.
Yep.
So theoretically, you could sit there and give it to a bunch of dudes in the back. They had an elite game tonight. Our defensive backfield, an elite game. They just shut down Miles Mullenhauer and Jackson Magnone. Those are the players that they ran that whole offense through all year long, and they were just erased. So hats off to the defensive backfield. But Deegan Schwager was just an absolute menace tonight. And and even when he wasn't making tackles, he was making plays. He was flushing the quarterback out. He was just everywhere. That's the game of his life.
Yep.
And we needed it.
Yep.
We needed it. We're a little shorthanded tonight with Cifuentes out. And how can you not ignore what Jackson Lonzak did tonight? There's some stuff on film there that, Indian Lake and Cardinal Mooney and Wheelersburg, and they're looking at that going, ooh boy.
I didn't see him.
Wait a minute. Where was 18 at? I don't know. I know he was a tight end.
Did he just transfer?
They're going to put him back in the bag.
Did they get that guy from the Indianapolis Colts? Because the stuff that Jackson Lonzak did tonight, straight from that pick, you knew he had the jazz going. Great pick, elite athleticism, and then the touch, and then some of the other and I love that whole. Okay, the running game isn't necessarily where we want it to be. Early fumble, Baxter Barrett, some fumbled snaps, Kate Crimebrink, Hunter. That stuff got wiped when Jackson Lonzak started touching the football. So it's Deegan Schwager, and it ain't a whole lot close. But Jackson Lonzak's those are my top two. I love what Cade did tonight too. But
he did, yes.
But man, oh man, you can give it to Max Walker every single week. 43-yard field goal, a bunch of tackles, bunch of big hits. But Deegan Schwager, Jackson Lonzak for me tonight.
Yeah, I agree with those two. I did like Crimebrink, the way he threw it. Very efficient tonight.
Oh,
even
yes.
though they're short throws, a lot of short. That's okay. But he's putting it on the mark, giving his receiver a chance.
If Baxter Barrett makes
something.
that catch there, he's 10 or 12 for about $158.
Yeah, he was
Impressive.
almost perfect tonight. So he had a great night. But yeah, Schwager played out of his mind. That was an unbelievable performance defensively for him, and Lonzak. Look out! You get that guy the rock, and
how many times did you say look out tonight?
I don't know.
You said look out about 41 times. Look out!
Listen, we were a little bit higher in this press box. You could see these plays kind of develop. Badenhop, I said look out because I could see that one happening. I saw Lonzak, but every time he touched it, I said look out because that's what that guy was doing tonight.
I think we were all looking out, but I think we've got to. Now it'd be your call on Cade. He's certainly worthy, but we got Swigert and Lonzak were just absolute monsters tonight. But you want to go Crimebrink? I ain't gonna argue with you.
I do. I want to go Caden Crimebrink too. I tell you why, because I think he turned the tables on Genoa. I think Genoa was ready to take on 30. They were ready to take on 3. Caden Crimebrink turned tables on him. You talk about the structure and the things that happened tonight for Liberty Center. I think Caden Crimebrink is certainly in that mix of Man of Steel. So we're going to do it. The T-shirt budget is out the window. And it's wet because it's really still raining here. So the Men of Steel tonight, Caden Crimebrink, Deegan Schwager, and Jackson Lonzak.
There it is.
Swanton Welding Men of Steel.
Now, in honor of Spike tonight, as he's convalescing on the couch, can you take us out of this thing tonight? A big thank you, obviously, to all of our group. I mean, you want to go down and thank all the guys in the back end that helped us tonight? Get
Oh,
this thing
man,
done?
A.J. Fairchild, Kayla Fairchild ran
Yes.
the clock. Marky Bly's down on the field taking pictures.
Boom,
boom,
boom, boom,
over
boom.
there. And Billy Bowser over there on
Yes.
the camera back from 1947.
Oh,
we got
man.
him out of mothballs.
With the army cap on,
That's
baby.
right, with his army cap on. He's coming out of the break glass in case of an emergency box. Love them out. We got we're the walking wounded. Jesse didn't have a voice kind of yesterday or Wednesday. He was raspy. Danny had surgery, and Spike is back home convalescing. I told him, I said, Spike, I'm going to tell you what. I don't know about next week, but if I got to push your broken down butt into the booth for the state championship game, buddy, you're going to be there.
Very good. Well, why don't you take us out of here, Jeremy? In honor of Spike Whitman, take us out of here.
All right, Tiger Nation, you just watched the 2025 Region 18 champions, the Liberty Center Tigers, defeat the Genoa Comets 38-0. And until next time, next week, it's good night and good Tiger sports.
Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped.